You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me.
Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm alive by the motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's like Florida. Gucci got large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
I don't know if I won my bet or not yesterday. I don't know. Do I push? Is that a push?
What do you mean? It was a tie?
It was a tie.
Push.
Is that a push?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a push, but you lost because of how much time you invested into that.
I was so upset. First of all, I was thrilled because I was like, no! They blew it in the 7th. Then they came back in the 9th. Then you strike out with the bases loaded. Get the bat off your shoulders.
Ooh.
Give it a whirl. Give it a swing. You're going to sit there. You're going to watch it down Broadway. I think it was down Broadway. I was listening on the radio at the time.
Rough, dude. Rough. I was living through your text.
I was like, oh my God, this was a terrible idea. But also,
I told you it was a
put some
terrible
steak,
idea.
put some stakes on some mid-March baseball. I'll tell you that what.
Makes it worth it.
It did make it worth it. Maybe.
Well, you didn't lose, so that's why it's okay. You lose for, let's say you were down by 1, bases loaded, swing and a miss.
Right.
Then it'd be like,
Did he at least swing?
No, he went down looking.
Which is so Marlins.
Unacceptable.
Get the bat off your shoulders, kid.
Hmm.
Of course, it was a Cronin giving it up.
Hold that text. Oh, that's good. That is good.
Anyway, kids, the lesson is maybe Uncle Leroy was right. Don't bet spring training baseball
Oh my God.
unless you want unnecessary stress with players you've never heard of. In fairness, it would be like that in regular season too.
But you're right. It gives you a reason to watch, though.
It definitely, I was like, oh yeah, because I was like, driving yesterday. I was getting my oil change. I'm like, oh, I'm on my way back. I was like, oh yeah. Let me check on that game, huh? All right, Marlins down 4-3. What? You were winning 2 seconds ago. Man, what a time to be alive, everybody. Let's get the headlines. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. And the Heat will be back on the hardwood tonight. 7:30 is your tip-off. Coverage begins at 6:15 with preheat on 560 WQAM. And that will be boots on the ground for that one. So, see if we could avoid a 9th straight loss here. A 9th straight loss.
At this point, you don't want to keep losing? I kind of want to keep losing.
Why? Because are you just team tank, or are you?
I mean, because what else am I holding on to? I want to be that team that is competitive with the 9th play-in team. Like, what else do I have to live for?
Right now, you're 10th, I believe.
Look at that. I'm not.
So you not only have to win 2 games, you have to go on the road for both games.
And we all know how that's going to go.
Yeah, the Heat winning 2 games in the span of 48 hours is unbearable to even think about. But yeah, I think from the standpoint of tonight, man, Detroit's cooking. They're a good team. And the thing that's funny about it is they are the mark of the 2. There's been a lot of bad losses, but those are the signature losses of the season, are they not? Lose that game in Detroit where Spo forgets the timeouts, and we're all thinking to ourselves, the hell is this? Eric Spoelstra never forgets a game situation.
What the hell just happened?
What the hell just happened? and then it's the last, and then the next one you lose, and that was the last game Jimmy Butler tried to play for the Miami Heat, actual basketball. And then we had the bubble guts ankle days later. So
he's got the only ankle that is connected to his guts.
He won yesterday. I tell you 2 things that have stayed the same this week. Jimmy Butler can't beat the Nuggets, but Jimmy Butler owns the Bucks. Wins yesterday without Steph Curry. But it's at the home base focus. Tonight is a tough one. I think they're 5.5-point dogs. And I believe Anthony Chang pointed out this morning, I think they were 8.5-point favorites to open up the year.
Jeez.
Like when they opened up against Detroit.
Yeah.
How the times have changed.
Yeah, I mean, that's just about right, though. We blew another lead.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. It has been, if you want to look to the
it's
root
called
of
the market correction.
Yeah, it is. The Panthers will be back on the practice ice this morning. They're getting ready for a 2-game trip, take on the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow. We're going to talk to Gustav Forsling is going to join us.
Wow.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Panthers star defenseman.
Champion.
Swedish.
Accent?
Sounds just like Pelle Larsson.
It's
got that cool, it's not hard like the Serbian, Slovenian accent. It's like, it's cool. It's like this guy, there's something about him. There's an essence to the Swedish accent.
Oozes coolness.
But he is a badass defenseman, blocking shots all over the place, 2-way player, does everything.
He does jump in front of a lot of pucks.
He really does. I want to ask him how bad that hurts.
Oh my goodness. See, because then you got to jump up on skates.
Yeah.
Because you can't just lay there.
So we'll talk to Gus Forsling coming up at around 12:30. They think when the practice should be wrapped up. So we'll talk to him. Panthers, got the Blue Jackets tomorrow. Marlins are off today after their tie yesterday.
Off.
They're off. They get a day off today. At least that's what their website said. Pretty wild. Did you see yesterday? Speaking of spring training, I missed this guy. Did you guys see Jazz Chisholm pimp a walk?
Spring training?
No. So yesterday, we learned in baseball, they're doing this thing now where you can tap on your head as a hitter to challenge an umpire, basically. Hitter's challenge, if you will. So Jazz Chisholm gets rung up by the umpire. He refuses the strikeout. He turns around, walking to first base, tapping his head, and the robots reversed it. It was a walk.
Whoa.
That's confidence.
I like that, though. Baseball.
But let's be clear. It is pretty amazing how, for the most part, right, the hitters know. I mean, they know what the strike zone is.
Oh, he threw the bat.
And they understand what the strike zone is. So, like, when he does something like that, he knows. That's all they do is hit. They know what the hell a strike is. Just conversely, you know for a fact, when they get rung up, they know right away.
Oh, yeah.
Man, this is new technology. Because
we were watching this yesterday.
In preseason.
Yeah, they were showing it yesterday. Remember, and I don't know how much I trust this. I told you in football, I don't trust the digital first down, and I know they're going to that.
Yeah, I don't trust that,
and I think they're going to it this year. But they're still going to have a chain gang to back it up. Good. Which I'll allow that. I still don't like it as much as the chain gang.
My question is this: why can't they use digital chains? One guy marks it, the other guy can go and measure 10 yards digitally.
Why can't they do digital? So, like, you want the chain to be a laser?
Why not?
Not against
You can have 2 sensors on the chains.
You like
and
seeing
walk
the-
one
You
10
really do
yards
like
away.
seeing the
You got to
change.
pull it a little bit more. You don't know. You gotta
Right.
see
The,
how-
one of the kink, there's a kink in one of the chains.
Yeah, that's
Right.
good though.
No.
I think rarely happens. They usually have a smooth chain.
That's football.
Does it make a
but-
sound, Leroy, when you're out there? Does it make a sound?
What do you mean?
Like when you're out there, right? Because you've been out there for measurements. Like, does the chain gang?
Everybody's like this.
Does it make a sound?
No.
Oh,
Nah.
It's like, baby,
Lied to
it's like, again,
I like to think of it as
with
an
all the
accordion beat.
technology we have in the world, you can't just have one chain and walk the other one 10 yards away.
That umpire is going to remember Jazz Chisholm for that this season. Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
he's definitely going to ring
Oh.
him up again.
for sure.
Why? He'll just challenge it.
But it doesn't work. They're not doing it in season. They're just doing it for spring.
Okay.
He's like,
Yeah,
oh, he's like, I'm
It's
not-
accurate. This thing is telling me that it was 1.9 inches off of the strike zone. Like that's pretty accurate, and that's amazing for him to see that and be so. I mean,
Dude,
Jazz
when
is
you
confident
think
guy.
about this, you have about 500 to 600 at bats per year. That's not counting training camp. That's not counting postseason. That's not counting all the years that you've done it, right? So how many pitches you get from those 500, 600 at bats? Like, yeah, man, they know what a strike is.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me how sometimes the officials could be so far off, right? Like, that's all you do is stand back there and look at pitches. You should have that skill honed in right now.
Man,
Like,
This
I get
guy's
the
tough.
bang bang plays on the bases, right? I get the bang bang plays in the field, whether it's a catch or not, whether he's safe or not, whether he touched the base or not. I get that, right? But if you're sitting right behind the plate and you have been doing it for years, and the hitter has been doing it for years, very rarely should you guys come up with two different results. Very rarely.
it says for the spring, it says players will be able to challenge any call of ball or strike, but there are limits. Only the pitcher, catcher, and batter can call for the review, and they must do so immediately after the umpire announces the call without any communication with the dugout. So no coaches, no. It's almost like the opposite.
No, you can't. No, you can't go to a video and see.
No,
it.
no
You
go
got-
in the video. You have to know right then and there. You have to call for the challenge.
Well, I would say Jazz pretty much knew what was going on, and being that he started walking to first. Hey,
Love
no, that is the most offensive way to say, nope.
Teams will start each game with two challenges. If the challenge is correct, meaning the system overturns it, the team is allowed to keep their challenge and use it again. If it's incorrect and the stand, they lose their second challenge.
Oh,
So it's basically make it, take it.
so basically, he can ruin it for the next guy. So if he's wrong, right? That official's ringing him up, like anything even close.
Interesting. I like this. But as Spo said with the challenge, which he hates the challenge in basketball
soft.
because he thinks everybody starts whining for it. Like, are you going to have see, I would imagine as a manager, a rookie doesn't get to use that.
Oh yeah.
A rookie doesn't get to use that. Like, I feel like
Oh,
the
all the
people-
players do it too. All the players.
Yep, come on.
Coach is like, Now, if you're a 15-year vet, the coach will seriously consider it because I've seen veterans make calls.
NHL by far is the most punitive because you go on the power
on the
play.
power play, right?
That is a punitive. You lose
Right.
that challenge
Hey, get out of here.
because they're like timeouts. Like, what is one
mean-
timeout used a game in hockey?
I think they should do it in football.
Where you
I think if you
10 and 11?
because basically if you're holding up the game and over a call, then you get an automatic first down,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
So you get an additional 10 yards.
I like it. I like the idea of 10 on 11, or you get an extra defender.
Oh,
I mean,
more people on the
So
Some
either
people-
the
some
offense
people
has to
have
play
done
with
that
10, or
anyway.
you get 12 defenders.
some people have done that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Where would you put that extra defender?
Oh man, it depends.
You got to put him on the line, right?
Because you feel like if you're playing the Dolphins, they're going to throw another safety out there, right?
What would I do if I had an extra lineman? It would depend on who I'm playing. Depends on what they do, right?
Yeah.
What
they do best, I guess.
So if it were someone like, say, Baltimore, right? I'd put another safety in and blitz him. Like somebody that's fleet of foot to chase, either the backside of a running play or to get Lamar Jackson. Somebody's going to be unblocked. And you have to have a defense for it. But I don't think the extra guy thing, that's not even punitive. Because you can get away with that, right? If you just run the other way.
Yep.
But an extra 10 yards,
punitive.
That's punitive. So forget timeouts. Like I fully I like what hockey does. Because those coaches
Stones
are very careful about using challenges.
We'll take a break here on the show. More to come. Back after this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the
All right, welcome back, everybody. Leroy, what do we got coming on up? You love the golf. Tell the people about it. What's coming up at Live Live?
You know how much I love golf. We like to party. So Live Golf combines them all. Live Golf returns to Trump National Doral April 4th through 6th. And because it's at the Blue Monster, they're going big. Join some of the giants of the game and John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, and more. They have huge DJ sets, epic street food, and ska punk legend Sublime headlining on Saturday. Grab your tickets now at livegolf.com. That's livegolf.com.
We're going to be talking to a friend of ours, Yuli the Monster Diaz, coming up in a few minutes here. He's back in the ring, Leroy. He's fighting this weekend.
My boy.
Dirty Boxing is a new Dirty Boxing Championship is a new card that's going to be put on with a lot of MMA royalty on there. Yoel Romero's in the main event.
What?
And Andrei Arlovsky is in the co-main event. And guess who's going to be calling some of the action this weekend?
It's got to be someone well-respected in the community. You don't want anyone who's about that silliness, right?
Yes,
So,
somebody who's a real pros pro, a guy who's
pro.
not about silly sauce.
That's right. So
and somebody who is, some would say a journalist.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Some would say, definitely not a person who stirs the pot.
Nope.
That's not who you want calling fights. That's not how you want calling fights.
So then it has to be Bob Costas.
No, it's not Bob Costas. It's me. I'm going to be calling some action this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
They just run out of
where is this now? Where are you calling this?
It is at the Hangar in Coral Gables.
God.
And it's going down on Saturday. I think you guys can still get tickets.
So now, are you going to be doing it like over the PA? Like
no,
Josh
on the
Appel,
YouTube broadcast.
Okay.
YouTube.
On the broadcast.
What do you know about you?
And who's your analyst?
I believe some of it. I believe the team is Platinum Mike Perry, who it's his promotion.
Ooh.
He is the CVO, which is the Chief Violence Officer.
Dang, come
That's
on.
That's good. That's good. I didn't come up with that. That's his actual title.
That's tough.
And then Jason Anik, who's John Anik's brother, podcast host. He's also going to be on the call, I believe, as well. So.
Some heavy hitters.
But our guy Yuli Diaz is, because I think what he basically probably heard, Yuli was like, "There's a new combat sport," and so he has to get in on it. He's of course a Miami fighting legend. So we will talk with
him on so many times, and he's gone through so many different.
Yeah,
dude, just what? Is there a fight? I'm in.
This is basic. So we'll talk to him and see what's what. We love Yuli, one of the great guys in this community as well. And get his thoughts on all the action and what's coming up this weekend. We also got coming up tomorrow, Buckets and Bets. We want to invite you to experience every upset, every buzzer beater, every heart-stopping moment at Odyssey's Buckets and Bets. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be broadcasting live. It's presented by Hard Rock Bet. We're transforming the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood into the ultimate college basketball tip-off weekend. Immerse yourself with massive LED screens, beers with your crew, and real-time betting action. VIP tickets and packages are available at Ticketmaster.com. Get all the info at WQM.com. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. You must be 21 or older and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. It's presented by Gunther Mazda. For car buying done your way, you got to get to Gunther. Oh, look who's popped on. There he is. The man himself. We were just speaking of him. An absolute fighting legend down here in South Florida. Yuli the Monster Diaz joining us here on the program. Yuli, how are you, buddy? How's things?
I'm doing great, man. Life is good. Thank you guys again for the opportunity, man.
What's that? You always welcome. You always welcome.
Leroy, my brother, good to see you.
What's
I'm over
happening?
here getting IV, getting hydrated for this fight.
Yuli, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you just have a send-off farewell fight? So, like, did you hear there was a new sport in fighting, and you're just like, well, I can't retire without that being on the list? Like, what the heck? Why did you decide to come back?
Yeah, so it was a little bit of both of that. I retired from bare knuckle, and because I took a position with the company, I'm working with BKB. I'm helping behind the scenes with fighter relations, doing a bunch of content with them. And I also got reached out to from Dirty Boxing. And I said, man, you know what? I got to give this a try. It was a great opportunity, decent paycheck. And I always stay training. I always stay in the best shape I can. I eat good all the time, so I think the opportunity arose, and I jumped at it, and I'm excited that it's Dirty Boxing 1. I know they had an event already, but this is their first official event. So I'm going to be one of the pioneers of Dirty Boxing, and that's great.
You're taking on a guy that you fought already, right? I believe you fought Brian Maxwell already. If those who don't know, Leroy, he's the one who fought Chad Ochocinco on the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather card. But so does that, like, that's got to give you a bit of an edge, I would think. You've already got the win over him in a previous sport, or you feel like it's a clean slate?
Well, so I'll tell you what, Brian Maxwell was my first fight on bare knuckle. Now he's going to be my first fight on in Dirty Boxing. So, I beat him in first round TKO. I'm looking to do the same thing to him on this one as well. It's been 5 years. I know he's gotten better, but I've gotten better as well. I've had a lot of training with a lot of good trainers and a lot of good sparring partners. So he's in for a handful of trouble, man.
Hey, so I would ask you this: going from different promotions, different companies, or whatever, how do the rules change from fight to fight, right? From company to company, because bare knuckles has their set of rules, right. UFC has their set of rules. How is this new promotion? How are the rules a little bit different, and what can we expect when we watch, a fight in Dirty Boxing?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a whole different rule set. This is something new to everybody, where it's boxing with 4-ounce gloves, dirty boxing, meaning you can, if you're in the clinch, as long as you got one hand free, you can keep swinging and the referee won't stop it. You can use elbows here, and if the opponent falls to the ground, as long as you're standing, you can ground and pound them. And the opponent on the ground, which I learned last night, he can up kick to the chest. So if you're on the ground and I'm hitting you, you can up kick to the chest. So it's a whole different rule set, something I've never done before, in this fashion. And again, man, I'm excited to be one of the first guys doing this.
Is that the only kicking? So there's no kicking standing up. The only
no
kicking is to get up.
Right.
Yeah,
the only kicking is to get up. To get you off, to get you off of me or whatever. Yeah.
This
Your head got to be on a swivel. You got to be paying attention at all times.
That's right. That's right.
Because you've literally fought like everything there is to fight, basically. Is there, like, how much, when you take elements like out of fighting, like how much does that free your mind up, or in a situation like this, like, is there going to be maybe a round where you'll want to feel it out just because, all right, I need to know like what I'm allowed to do and things like that? Are you going to watch fights previously, because you're pretty high on the card here? You're almost one of the main events here. So like, are you going to watch some of it, see how it's officiated and things like that?
Yeah, I definitely. I even every card I'm on, depending what number I'm on the card, I always go out and watch at least a fight or two, and kind of just get the feel for the venue, feel for the crowd and stuff. As for the rules, it's nothing out of this world. I mean, it's all new. It's all new, especially now that it's all put together just under one promotion. But it's nothing it's nothing that I'm not already used to. So, I've thrown elbows, I've been in MMA, I've done ground and pound, I've done it all. So I think I'm coming into this with a good mindset and ready to go.
It's one of the things that's cool about you, man. I remember Leroy and I going to one of our first Hard Rock events and just remembering, like, man, who's this guy who's got like the entire crowd going insane? And it was like, that was kind of our first introduction to you, but like, you've blown up, you've had world record knockouts now, but you're still getting a chance to fight in South Florida. Like, does that get old for you, getting to fight in front of your community and seeing all the droves of people that kind of come out? Because you've been like on this massive social media and people have seen you, the 3-second knockout going world famous, or does this still mean something to you?
No, it definitely still means something to me, especially fighting this Saturday. It's in the hangar in Coconut Grove. That's my backyard, literally my backyard. So, I love it. I love fighting at home, man. I love the hometown crowd. And it's always great to put on for my people, and especially now that I came off semi-retirement and I'm back to show face here and to do promotion. So I'm excited about it. I know the people are going to come out. I've been getting, tons of people talking to me on social media. So it's going to be great. I hope to see you guys there.
Dude, I'm working it. I'm doing
working it.
Oh, perfect.
I'm working it, man. I'm excited to call one of your fights. I'm excited about that. It's going to be, I'm sure, an incredible atmosphere, dude. It's going to be fun. So listen, best of luck this week, man. We're looking forward to it. I'll see you at the weigh-ins and all that this week, but it should be a hell of an event.
Yep.
Listen, thank you guys, man. I truly always appreciate the opportunity. You guys are fucking hometown legends, and sorry for the cussing. You guys are hometown legends, and I appreciate you guys always having me on. And I want to give one shout out real quick to Drip Drop Miami. They're taking care of me, keeping me hydrated for this fight. So thank you guys, and thank you to all my sponsors out there that are always looking out for me. And I'll catch you guys at Dirty Boxing this weekend.
We'll see you there, man. Thank you. You're a freaking
Thank
legend.
you.
So we appreciate it. Yuli, the monster, Diaz, always great when he gets a chance to join us here on the program. We're looking forward to seeing him back in action this weekend. We'll take a break. Back with more after this. Bum, bum. 15 minutes of heat here for you on 560 WQAM.
You know what I always wondered? I always wonder.
Leroy,
What?
what did you wonder?
Oh. How do you train for like BKFC and these fights? Because like
I think mostly
you're more violent,
yeah,
and you have to learn how to punch in bare knuckles.
yeah. I think that I've seen guys who like actually will train their knuckles and like hit either a bag barehanded, mitts. Like they'll get used to just the feeling of that and the range of it. But they don't also like divert like this. They'll still just train regularly like they normally do. You know,
Because
it's
like
kinda
here, you got like even with this new promotion, you got to kind of know how to be in close quarters, and get the elbow.
yeah,
right?
I would say like looking at it, like doing a lot of the prep for most of the guys here have fought MMA. So it's
And that's
kind of
right.
it's kind of like just taking it away. There's a couple guys who have just done like bare knuckle, but most of the guys have done MMA, so I think they're kind of used to throwing that
Right.
stuff at least. Which is the fun of it, which is going to be the fun of it. And also, I think it's like three 3-minute rounds, so they want action and they want finishes.
Dude, elbows. Yuli fights
Mhm.
in the most cuttable right sports.
Yeah.
Right? Like all those sports, like blood right away. Boom. Especially bare knuckle. Oh my goodness.
I got a feeling too, because there was some dispute that his record got broken in BKFC. That was like they said that somebody knocked out in 2 seconds, and he's like put split screens and stopwatched it. Like he doesn't believe it. He thinks like it was malarkey on the call. I got a feeling he's going to try and break his record. So like he may try and go one shot to go knock out this dude who, his most famous thing is basically knocking down Chad Ochocinco in the final round.
Like Ocho Cinco booty up.
Yep. Send that booty up.
Booty up.
50 minutes of heat brought to you by Hollywood Kia. Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com. Heat back at it tonight against the Pistons. Did you guys see yesterday? Did you guys happen to see on social media? Because it was interesting enough. We were talking about these too when I referred to Leroy as blissfully ignorant. Goran Dragić is up to something. And it appears that he is, I guess he's also getting into podcasting. I don't know. But there's a photo that he posted on his Instagram of him sitting down at a microphone with Nikola Jovic, dude.
Wow.
I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if this is his thing or what, but young Brate sits down with OG Brate. Something's happening there. Very interesting.
But those are from opposing clans, aren't they? Isn't this Slovenia?
I don't think it works like that. I don't think that's how that works. I mean, they play each other in basketball, but there's a lot of similarities.
Ryu and Ken,
Ryu and Ken.
These are two different. Okay,
this is not Street Fighter.
Well,
hold it. But speaking of Street Fighter, Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem was on NBA Today yesterday.
He had something.
He had something to say about the Jimmy Butler honeymoon phase in Golden State. Now, mind you, this was before Golden State did win last night over the Bucks. This was fresh off their loss to the jokerless, Murrayless Nuggets. Even though Jimmy did have a good game there too, but just not as good as Aaron Gordon always success. But here was Udonis Haslem, who's a little skeptical that the Warriors are going to be able to keep this up.
But I'm going to go with Golden State here. Obviously, playoff Jimmy is a thing because we've seen him before. But more than anything else, Steph Curry, last night, Steve Kerr talked about how tired he is. They've got to get him some rest, got to get his battery recharged. But he's still playing at the peak of his powers. Him and Draymond Green, 4-time champions. I just think they have the talent and the pedigree to be the biggest threat to Oklahoma City.
I got to argue with you on that one. This is no Jimmy hate, but I would say that the record has been a little bit favorable to Golden State right now. I'm looking at the record of the teams that they've played, and we're talking about 312 wins to 364 losses. I would argue that some of these teams they probably could have beat without Jimmy. Now, Jimmy has given them a boost. It's like a shot of whiskey right now, but we'll see if it lasts throughout the playoffs.
All right. There you go. Udonis Haslem.
I mean, I mentioned that yesterday. He's right. He's right. I mean, here's what I would say.
Love that guy.
That Jimmy fits with Golden State because anything that he does is a bonus. They haven't yet gotten into the position where anybody has made a demand on Jimmy to be the guy.
Except last night.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to some extent, what did he end up with?
He nearly had a triple-double. I think he had like 24, 8, and 10. What? Whatever.
I mean, okay. But again, see, the difference between Jimmy and Steph is that Steph has to do numbers like that every night. Because Jimmy plays with Steph, he doesn't have to. When he was with the Heat, they needed him to do that every night.
No, but I think the question is, okay, we understand that. I mean, that's not going to change. He obviously is going to have Steph Curry, and the whole point of like Steph Curry being exhausted that Steve Kerr put out there, didn't play him, is this magical Jimmy Butler run legitimate? Is it legitimate?
How legitimate is it if Steph Curry is exhausted? How much of the burden is he actually, relieving Steph from if Steph is still exhausted? Like,
I don't know.
I would figure this, that if you bring another star, then you don't have to play Curry 35 minutes. You can give him some more breaks because you got somebody to hold it down.
Which he
right?
did, yeah. But I think that's the thing, though, is like he did have kind of his moment last night to show them that he could, and he did. And it's against a team that he's familiar with. It's a good team. I mean, like Milwaukee's not OKC, but they're no slouch either. I mean, they're a healthy amount over 500.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess by record, they're Golden State's better now. They haven't been
right.
for most of the season.
Like
but
I'm just, I don't know if there's going to be a time when it gets down to crunch time that you're ever going to be able to take some of that burden off of Steph.
Their test is like, if you're going to believe in them, it's still not going to come until probably the beginning of April. Then who even knows? Because there are a lot of guys starting to maintenance program their stars. But their next four the next five, Toronto, Atlanta, Miami, New Orleans, San Antonio, which,
right.
I mean, that could be like a knife through butter with that run of teams, the way especially the way Miami's playing.
But that's what their schedule's been for the last month.
It has been. Right. It has been, which is why UD is skeptical. But I would say that if you were skeptical, like last night was a pretty strong response by Jimmy. What?
Well, because you can do it every now and then.
Which is all he's going to have to do with Steph being the lead
that
guy.
And see, that's the question I have, is that if Steph is tired now, are you going to need more of that from Jimmy to spell Steph during stretches of the game? And if you do, is he going to be able to do that? On a lot, in order to keep Steph fresh for when it's crunch time. I think that's the question that UD has, is that they played a couple of good teams. Jimmy balled out last night because Steph wasn't there. But if the whole point of having another star was to spell or give your number one a break, and Steph is exhausted anyway.
Yeah, but like, is the exhausted thing a convenient thing that they just threw out there because they lost and then they had a back-to-back? Like, is he really exhausted? Because his numbers have gone up with Jimmy Butler there.
Yes, they have.
You know, like, is that to me is like almost one of these things where like everybody, like they got a little credibility because they had a 15-game run where they lost 2 games, and so they lose a game, and Steve Kerr goes, "Oh, but poor little adorable Steph is tired." I'm like, oh, now he's tired, really? Was he tired when he was shimmying all over the New York Knicks a day ago? He didn't look too tired then. I saw him drop it like it was hot before the ball even hit the net.
So if you're not tired last night, you can't be tired tonight.
I'm just saying it's like it's a very
like, do you know how tired works?
Because he had a lot of turnovers. Why can't we ever just have a bad game? Maybe Steph just threw up a stinker.
Oh, now, oh my goodness, coming from you, that's amazing.
No, I just think it's funny. It's like,
usually, you've been known after one bad game to bring out the bum guns. You have been.
He had 7 turnovers. Oh, sorry, he didn't get his nap.
You think a nap is going to help him?
I don't know. I just think it's.
Have you seen all the running he does at what, 35, 36?
Maybe you should make one of those convenient injuries that LeBron has to go away for 2 weeks. Get in the Bain lab.
Oh, and here we go. Wow.
What?
Every March.
What?
You see, every March, this guy goes. What is he doing?
No.
That groin didn't look too bad when he was cheering.
I don't know. And also, I don't know. But one thing I do know.
Yeah.
For the best dry cleaning in South Florida, you want to use our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. Our boy R is the owner. You guys, you got to be sick at this point with so many businesses these days. You don't get that extra care, that touch that you need. Not with A&T Dry Cleaners. You can text or call Ara anytime, get a quote on your order. He could, set you all up with everything you need. All you got to do, reach out to him, 954-610-9383, Leroy.
40 years in the business, family owned and run. They have a seamstress that's Ara's mother, so you know you're getting the best care for your clothes. They even do same-day sewing, pick up, drop off your orders. They service all of South Florida, Dade, Broward, and Southern Palm Beaches. Just give Ara a call. He'll give you an idea of how long it will take, how much it will cost, and if you mention Tobin and Leroy, you get 25% off your order. That's right, 25% off. All you got to do is call or text Ara at 954-610-9383 at any time. Once you use A&T Dry Cleaners, you'll never launder your own clothes again.
Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
To the program, ladies and gentlemen.
Buckets and bets.
Wow. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We take you up until 2 here on the program. Thanks again for Yuli the Monster Diaz for stopping by the show. Gustav Forsling going to join us next hour.
Did we have heat last night?
No, thankfully.
No. When I say heat, I mean playing for college.
Oh, you mean fake March Madness?
Yeah.
I don't acknowledge those games. Right. I haven't. I never have. The first 4 you're referring to. Remember when they tried to make that the first round?
Remember because one of the first 4 made it all the way to what? The Elite 8 one year?
You might be right. But I have not bought into the first 4 ever. I'm not a first 4 guy. To me,
my favorite is
it starts on Thursday.
Your reward is to play the best team in the country.
For one of the games. They do an 11-11 matchup too. Like that's their way of like, we didn't do it all the way for everything. But yesterday, North Carolina, who got who made the tournament field, much to everybody's chagrin, they thought that they were undeserving. They smoked San Diego State yesterday, 95-68, which is I believe Keyshawn Johnson went there before transferring to Arizona. Also, Kawhi's a San Diego State guy?
Yes.
Well, they lost yesterday by a lot.
Wow.
And then Alabama State won like right at the last second, 70-68 over St. Francis. So
to even ask people to pick those games is ridiculous.
Throw a dart. Today's game at 6:40 on True TV, Mount St. Mary's against American University.
Here's what sucks.
What? Americans are too.
I want everybody out there to agree with me if you can. When you see Mount St. Mary's, do you think it's just St. Mary's? Because St. Mary's usually has a pretty good team, and you see the Mount St. Mary's, and you can't differentiate the two because you just see St. Mary's.
Totally fair.
So I may or may not have got.
Maybe. So you picked St. Mary's to go a lot further than
because
the whole time.
St. Mary's and Gonzaga, they used to have a thing out there, but Mount St. Mary's is not even. Where is Mount St. Mary's? I don't even think it's on the West Coast.
Let's see. Well, they play in the MAC. They're called the Mount. Oh no, that's their logo. The Mount. They're the Mountaineers. Mount St. Mary Mountaineers.
So is it Virginia? Or West Virginia or somewhere in there?
Maryland.
Really?
Right. See what I'm saying? So there's a St. Mary's in California somewhere, and there's a Mount St. Mary's that's in Maryland.
Yeah, Emmitsburg, Maryland.
Their mascot looks like he makes moonshine in the mountains.
Oh, wow. Hell of a church. Jeez.
So, yeah, that's where I am with NCAA basketball as of right now.
Well, get ready for a lot of it tomorrow, dude. But yes, I've never been a first 4 guy. I don't get it. But I'm glad that they knocked that first round nonsense off. That really pissed me off when they would do that. They're like, "Oh, this is the first round." I'm like, "No, that's a play-in. I know a play-in when I see a play-in. That's a play-in."
Well, they call the play-in in the NBA of the playoffs.
They don't. No, they don't. Those actually are not playoff games. They are just standalone games. They don't even count for regular season.
They're just
staying. They are to play in to the playoffs, but they don't count towards your playoff numbers. They don't.
It's like the champions of the in-season tournament play one extra game, right? The 2 teams.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
They play 83 games.
That is the case. Meanwhile, an announcement just dropped.
Ooh.
Quarterback is returning for Netflix. the QBs this season. They tried receiver. Did you watch receiver at all last year, Marcos?
I did not. All I heard was apparently Devontae Adams is mean.
I saw some clips about that being mean, but
Yeah.
Raiders,
Yeah.
that's going to do it to you.
For sure.
Did you watch it? Oh, ridiculous question. Did Leroy watch it? It was a reality show.
Really?
So the quarterbacks this year making a triumphant return for his second run on quarterback. Kirk Cousins.
Knew it.
Kirk Cousins is coming back.
Hey, that guy does not deny a check. I tell you what, that guy will always pick up the check.
He's like, huh? And I feel like that was the most loved Kirk Cousins has been because the first season of quarterback, everybody's like, "Oh, I kind of like Kirk Cousins."
Yeah.
Well, and you know this from talking to me. It's the same way I feel about Bill Belichick versus what other people feel. Right? Like, granted, I didn't always get along with him. I'm not saying that it was, always, great.
Mm-hmm.
But I never been more prepared for football. And I always knew where I stood. Right? You can't ask for two things. And he was a guy who paid attention to the most minute things in football. And a lot of times when coaches get in trouble is they make assumptions. They take things for granted. So for example, I'll give you a perfect example. You're assuming that if a guy makes a lot of money, he's going to be a professional. Right? Not always, but a lot of coaches do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Whereas Bill didn't care how much money you made. We're paying attention to these details and we're going to get this right.
Gotcha.
And that's just kind of that's just kind of how certain guys, that's why when you see certain coaches that last a long time, I could always go back to the idea of those are the guys who make the fewest assumptions about what's going on. Right? Because you're able to do it for so long. You don't make the assumptions or, well, we're going to assume this guy's going to do this or we're going to assume. No, you're going to coach it. You're going to make sure that happens.
Did you guys see Bill Belichick playing uppies with his new squeeze?
It is. I just hate everything about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is so weird.
It's got to be weird dating somebody younger than your son.
It has to be weird.
Or if your son's married, that his wife is older than your girlfriend.
Yep.
But that being said, live your best life, player. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad. It would like anybody who has a problem with that, right? Mind your own business.
No,
right?
It's a little sickening, Leroy.
Is it?
This is a man who cut. It's not because he's an old man in love. It's because this is the man who didn't smile for years, who would give you one-word answers, cut his sleeves.
That's right.
Didn't care about anything, and now he's playing footsies in the sand. Like, what are we doing, dude?
Okay, but you
Carolina blue.
Wait, you understand? If you ask, I give it, and I say this all the time about Paul Maurice.
Yeah,
how he talks to the media and how he explained. He ain't saying that to his players. Bill Belichick wasn't one word and all that with the players. He just was like that to the media. And everybody got their feelings hurt because he wouldn't open up to me.
Well, he's opened up already.
So what? So what?
Darth Vader.
Do you want a personality at coach or do you want a good football coach?
I don't know. See, here's the thing. Are we getting
because guess what? Before Bundaruski, did you think that Kansas City Andy Reid had a sparkling personality? He talks under his mustache.
No, you're wrong. Andy Reid's always been lovable. Andy Reid, even before
Bundaruski. Wait. I didn't say he wasn't lovable. I say when you hear him during press conferences, he barely talks.
I don't agree. I mean, it has nothing to do with press conference. Like we've seen him running like the Kool-Aid man into the locker room, you know,
and that makes.
Come on, Leroy, you're good with this, Leroy. You're good. This picture wouldn't be posted
Can
everywhere.
I just can I just say this?
Hmm?
It's probably the most exercise he's gotten in a while. Let him go ahead on and do his little leg lifts.
I'm sure he's getting
He
a lot.
only
Of,
weighs like $103.
Oh man.
it's just strange, dude.
It's
Just
but
strange.
but here's the deal. There are things in this world that are strange to us, watching other people do it, but not strange to them. So let them live their life. Are they happy? The way I look at it, are they both happy? More happy people on this planet makes the planet happier. So I'm not getting caught up in that. Go do you. I'm not going to sit back and determine, oh, that's not a good relationship. This is a good relationship. Oh, I can't. Oh, this makes me like, come on. Live your best life.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. So what do we
Doing
got?
dirty dancing in the sand.
What are we worried about? Like, why are we so mad? Why are people so mad about this?
He's
It
a
ain't
bad
really you getting mad about something that's literally none of your business.
I mean, but they're putting it out as their business, though. Like, I think that's the different thing about it is like now that Bill Belichick, who's probably the most private coach of all time, he now has a very public girlfriend who is like flaunting their very unconventional 50-year age difference relationship to the world.
And you know why? Because she's a child. And it's like, it's exactly what she's doing in her era. And it goes against everything that he stands for. I don't want to see
wait. So you're assuming you know what Bill Belichick stands for by listening to his pressers?
Football was who this man was. So
how
based
you
on
know it's
what
still
I've
not?
seen,
Oh, because he coaches for the Carolina Tar Heels now. That's not his
Really?
life.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Wait. We're making assumptions. What if Carolina is very competitive? Then what? What are you going to say then?
We'll see.
No, but we'll see. Listen, we'll see is an accurate assessment of the situation.
We'll see if this behavior keeps up during the season.
No. We'll see is exactly what you should be saying, but that's not what you're saying. You've already predetermined how this is going to go.
Because it's very weird. Like, I know you have a different relationship with the guy because he coached you, but it's weird for everybody in the outside world to see a guy who's definitely known as one of the
about the outside world. That's my point.
His Instagram girlfriend does.
Yeah,
because
she
posts
does.
everything.
She's got 7
that they
million
do.
followers.
Everything that they do. I see this guy more than I see Tay Tay and Travis Kelce.
It's kind of enough of them already.
I'm kind of getting tickled.
What is wrong with man? Leave them people alone. You can't date someone that grew up on Dora the Explorer.
This guy was drawing up the craziest blitz schemes when she was pooping her pants.
Oh my goodness. That was the worst one. Belichick's girlfriend was not alive the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game.
That hurts. That really hurts.
Wow.
Take a break. Back after this.
The Heat, who have dropped out.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. You guys sick of waiting for Aaron Rodgers already? Nothing.
Still
never
walking
thought
on that
about
beach?
it. Never
Okay,
thought
you hate
about it.
Aaron Rodgers. That's why you hate Aaron Rodgers.
That's not why.
It is. It is.
Here, let me ask you a question.
Sure. Do you hate Aaron Rodgers? Yes. The
Yeah,
answer,
that's for
obviously,
sure.
the answer is
Yeah.
obviously yes. Yes, we know.
That one's easy.
Do you think that Aaron Rodgers can make a team better with everything he brings to the table?
Do I think he can make a team better? The Vikings?
And that would be a yes.
Well, I guess record-wise is better. What were they? 14-2 last year, or were they 15-2 last year? 14-3. But could they really like do something in the playoffs? Assuming that the
Wait. Hold on.
Define better.
So let me get this straight. You're saying that with Aaron Rodgers, they could have went farther in the playoffs than they did without Aaron Rodgers.
This year, I'm asking.
Oh, no, but the reason why I'm asking you that is based on what? When Aaron Rodgers had a football team, their team didn't do better. So
That's
why
true.
is everybody just making the assumption that if Aaron Rodgers is here, we're going to be better? The Jets did it.
It's the Jets, though. Okay,
if you can put whatever twist you want on it.
I don't have to put a twist on it. The Jets are quarterback hell. Literally, everybody who leaves there gets better. Geno Smith, Sam Darnold. I mean, it wouldn't be kind of silly. Brett Favre left the Jets and then got better with the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. I mean, but so did Green Bay, who let him go.
They did. I mean, did they get better? I mean, they were better than the Jets.
They were better than they were with Aaron Rodgers the year before.
I guess what? Because I guess winning a playoff game. That's what you're gauging.
Sure.
All right.
I would just say while you're sitting here and using the excuse that I hate Aaron Rodgers.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. You hate Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't understand what the excuse is. I'm not pointing out reasons whether they will be better or not be better. We can agree, disagree. You hate Aaron Rodgers. We don't even have to have a debate about this. This is not up for debate.
I hate Aaron Rodgers, and just because you say it over and over again doesn't make it true.
Oh, okay.
This guy hates.
Here.
Here, fine. Everyone
you guys know because here you guys can say that I hate Aaron Rodgers because I point out the reality of the Aaron Rodgers situation. That everybody just assumed that we are all going to be better because Aaron Rodgers is here, and I said I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but I think in cases like right now, you're talking about the options are Aaron Rodgers or Jameis Winston in places like the New York Giants are facing right now. Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. And
again, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the other crap?
Which you hate.
Right.
Okay, hold on.
I do hate the other crap. I do hate the other crap. I do not hate Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play football. I believe that.
Okay, cool.
But
I mean,
I believe the other stuff.
Players I hate all the time, I would look at Josh Allen. I hate Josh Allen. He's amazing, but I hate him.
You know why you hate Aaron? If you hate that other stuff, then you definitely hate Aaron Rodgers because he's not a football player that does all that other stuff. He's a guy that does all that other stuff who happens to play football. Therefore, if you hate all that other stuff, that is who he is.
Can you have that as your quarterback, as your leader on the team?
I don't think so. Especially when he goes on Rat McAfee every week.
That's the point. That's the point. You've just basically pointed out what I've been saying for the last 2 years. It's not about Aaron Rodgers' talent. It's about all the other drama that comes with Aaron Rodgers. And guess what? No matter where he goes, He's not going to stop being Aaron Rodgers, which is fine.
So you don't think that the Vikings would be better off with him?
No, I think they really like J.J. McCarthy.
Okay. Why are they, like it kind of feels like they're half in, half out, though. They're like, oh, we're not pursuing. We're happy with J.J. McCarthy, but we don't know. Like it's, what are you doing? And then also the Steelers, like what's going on there?
Yeah.
Do you think they can get an answer from him, or do you have to like call him on a conch shell? Like how do you get a hold of Aaron Rodgers this day?
Jeez.
Like do you have to blow into it and be like, it's like Baxter from Anchorman. I'm coming, Ron. Speaking of, by the way, we got to get to our own little quarterback here. He seems to be enjoying this offseason very much. But we got to take a break.
Okay.
Got to take a break. The mixed bag is next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy back with you here, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Got Heat Hornets tickets to give away. Honk if you're Hornet. If you guys want to go, it'll be this Sunday.
What the hell's wrong with you?
It'll be going on. We'll give those away before the end of today's program. And yeah, man, we got Heat basketball back on our airwaves tonight. 6:15 preheat with Solana. And that is a 7:30 tip-off from Kaseya Center. Be boots on the ground for that one. Please, boots.
You choose interesting games to go to. What do you mean, dude? You're like, Wizards, I'm there. Hornets, I'm there.
It's hard for me to make weekend games.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to like, I'm not avoiding the Celtics games. It's just it's hard for me to make weekend games. You know, I got you know, I'm a jiu-jitsu.
You know what also aids and abets that? You know it is aiding and abetting that?
What's that?
The 8-game losing streak.
No, it's not. It really isn't. I will be there. I'm here in the midst of an 8-game losing streak. I'm taking my Wednesday and I'm going. It's usually just like if I have kid obligations, I got kid obligations. Unless it's like the playoffs, which may not be here this year. So who knows? Maybe
playoffs.
Maybe getting to the scouting real easy.
Did you?
I'm a scout, sir.
Did you ever get a chance to talk to that ref that called that horrible pass interference?
No. I was hobnobbing with the refs the last game.
Oh,
because I was very confused because the scoreboard just went crazy cuckoo at the end of the first half, and I'm like, what was the time there? And he goes, idiot kid up there doesn't know how to run the bleeping scoreboard. Let me tell you something. The old love to complain about the younger generation.
That's great.
So
that's great.
I think he thought I was on his side. Let's mix it on up, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The Mixed Bag is brought to you by Art God Savvy's new single, Grow Up, Peter Pan.
That's right. Available on all platforms. Let us begin things with a little bit of tough. You want to be tough? Gotta be tough sometimes, Tobin.
Tough.
And no one tougher than our Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, tough.
Mario Cristobal, trying to change the culture over there, has a few tough words for our boy Francis Mauigoa.
Oh, he's big.
He's big.
Big.
Coveted. And we got him. And now he is turning into everything that we could have asked for. Francis Mauigoa, according to Mario Cristobal, has the most muscle density on the team.
Wow.
Yeah. This is the Canes head coach on the future first rounder.
He's probably there. Yep, he's probably there at 338 to 344 pounds, depending what's at lunch. You know, I mean, if there's musubi there, a couple sushi rolls, I mean, it might be 6 pounds over. If not, it might be the other way. But he takes great pride in his physicality and in his conditioning. I mean, he's probably 20% body fat at that weight, which gives him the most muscle density of any athlete we've had here at the University of Miami in football.
Wow. Francis Mauigoa sacks lit up. Come on, that's the point. He laughed.
No, I wasn't laughing with you. I was laughing at you.
Wow, laugh to laugh.
Oh. Only you would say that.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Got a little bit more from Mario Cristobal, but it's unfortunately something that hasn't really been so tough. Our boy, new quarterback for the Canes, Carson Beck.
The heartbreaker.
The heartbreak kid. Didn't last but 3 weeks in South Florida before he fell into our trap. Hopefully that means he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder or something and not distracted. But just in case he is, Mario Cristobal tells us how other QBs are taking advantage of not only his shenanigans that are going on, but the injury that is currently sidelined.
You know, the opportunity comes in the form of reps, and sometimes it's live reps, sometimes it's a walkthrough rep, sometimes it's reps in the film room, and the cumulative reps they're priceless. I mean, they're the most valued piece of, I think, any program, any player's development. You know, these guys are, and even Carson, these guys are still young guys. They still got to get those repetitions. So Emery's had a great camp. Judd had one of his better days today. Really just made some really tough, spot on throws in real tight windows. Luke shows why he was, the Gatorade Player of the Year as well. That quarterback room has really benefited and thrived with the added reps. And at the same time, Carson is getting plenty of work, just not actually slinging the ball yet.
He's slinging something.
Woo! This guy's interesting. He's a very interesting tactic.
He knew what he was doing there. Come on, let's be honest. He knew what he was doing there, Coach.
Come on.
Coach Cristobal doesn't know what he's doing when he uses the term sling. Tough. Pro Day on Monday.
Yeah. Apparently a lot of NFL stars or NFL scouts going to be there.
Scoutser.
Ohtani
go deep today? Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
What else you got in the mixed bag, dude?
That's like saying, is it sunny out? Did the sun come up? Right?
Got to be Goosey's, though. It's in Japan. That had to be cool for him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I saw that. Are they experimenting also with like a new camera in Japan, or am I seeing things?
I don't know.
I saw some angles of this new technology to cover baseball in regards to camera work, and it looked like a video game, but it was amazing. But then I can't trust anything anymore. I don't know if it was AI or are they really doing cool things?
Jeez, he had a real piss whistle. Good God. Tell you what, that Tokyo Dome doesn't look like any joke.
Oh, man. Some of these places, they really, really, really have nice places, right?
Yeah.
When you see these stadiums and even the soccer stadiums. Holy smokes.
If you don't like Shohei Ohtani, I don't know what to tell you.
Who? Yeah. Who said they didn't like Shohei Ohtani?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, if you don't, what the hell's wrong with
I saw a thing that said the Dodgers have like over $1 billion in deferred money. Basically means they're not paying anybody.
So this thing that you're showing me, Frog Boy, this is not a video game,
right?
It looks like AI.
It's very cool. Yeah. It was. I don't know if they can implement that. I would love to see that at something more reputable. Yeah. See, because this is different.
So basically they have a what they have?
Look at
like in football they have the video on the
zip line
on the zip line, right?
I don't know what it's called, but I forgot. But yeah, so yeah, I guess this is their version of like enhancing how you enjoy the experience. I mean, what is it? What do you think? Does it look too video gamey, or is it cool?
It's cool to mix it up. I don't want to watch a game like that, but I'll watch a replay like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. We've talked about tough. Let's keep it tough with a little Matthew Tkachuk, but this time see our boy showing a bit of his personality. What do you think?
You know what? He really gives me the Conor McGregor vibe, right? He's trolling the world.
Do you think he ever gets tired of the Elbo Room?
No.
Oh my God,
is he there every day?
He's got to be like put an ownership stake in that because
he probably has a table in there.
Oh, I bet he does.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, that's Tkachuk's booth. Move.
Yeah, for the radio.
He's a booth guy, high top. What do you think he's got?
I think he just walks in and they hand him a beer, and wherever he lands is where he lands.
He is wearing a green polo, and then in another picture, he is wearing a green jacket with a leprechaun hat on it.
Yeah.
Is that a custom Panthers Elbo Room sweater?
That's what that looks like. That looks like a custom Panthers combo with Elbo Room.
With a naked lady on it?
Well,
yeah. Scantily clad.
Beach, you gotta wear beach appropriate clothing. I don't know. It looks like he's having a good time. But some fans were critical of seeing this.
They were?
They were like, I mean, shouldn't you be on the mend? Shouldn't you be coming back?
And you know what? People are idiots. Like, so they think if you're out and about that you're good enough to play.
Hey, Tkachuk, a little less party, a little more Pilates.
Okay.
I feel like that's one of those things. See, here's the thing. I think if you're Matthew Tkachuk and you're a champion, like who's not going to want to party with Matthew Tkachuk on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
I just think like,
do they think he should be in a hyperbaric chamber at all times?
Apparently, yeah.
Like, this comes from people telling athletes when they should and shouldn't play, come from somebody if they get a chest cold, they taking the day off. Right? No, I don't want to hear that crap from anybody. Like, yeah, there's, hey, contrary to popular belief, there are injuries where you can walk around and look normal in everyday life, but you really can't do anything on skates or on a football field. There's different levels to this. Like, stop.
Yeah. Saw a lot of people critical of LeBron watching his son play basketball. Like,
I dealt with it in Cleveland. We've seen it before. Who was it? Remember when everybody called Cutler soft because he didn't finish a playoff game and then he had to have knee surgery?
This is a story from Yard Barker. Panthers fans
Boy,
furious.
you are really reaching now. Yard Barker.
Yeah, no,
Panthers fans furious with Matthew Tkachuk after concerning photos surface.
Concerning.
And we're making a big deal out of this. We're like people really, you know what? To all the people that have a problem with it, get a life, right?
You know what?
Like, you can feel good, but not be healthy enough to play. Does anybody understand that? Especially from a guy that tried to play with a broken chest.
The only concerning photo for me for Matthew Tkachuk is if he was going around public with a scooter because he couldn't walk.
Yeah,
that would be a concerning photo.
Yeah, like remember we saw Nico with that in the airport?
Yes, that's a concerning photo. If I see Matthew Tkachuk dressed as St. Patrick's Day, I'm like, up to normal Tkachuk business. Seems like business as usual, everybody. Hockey. Anything else in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Yes, indeed. I have a video here of Charles Barkley having a conversation with his fellow co-host during some March Madness coverage. Chuck had a very, very interesting story about showering with his uniform on. And it made me think that maybe Leroy has witnessed some bizarre behavior in regards to maintaining cleanliness of both body and uniform at the same time.
We used to take a shower in our uniforms because, you know, because we flew commercial my first few years.
Wait, time out. There's no era where you did.
Yes, it is.
Stop, you're making this up.
No, I'm not.
There's no way that you were supposed to wash your uniform with your own.
When I first,
you're making this up.
I'm not making this up. When I first got to the NBA, we flew commercial.
Yes, that's accurate. I'm not disagreeing with you.
So when you played the night before and flew the next morning, when was you exactly going to get your uniform clean? You had to wash your uniform yourself. So after the game, when you got to your room, you took a shower in your uniform and dried it and dropped on the commercial airline the next day.
Who are you with Jed Clampett?
No, please. That's why you had to let him finish. Come on. Yeah, have you ever heard of this in your life, Clark?
No. Well, how are y'all cleaning?
Leroy, have you ever witnessed anything like this before?
So, different scenario, but I have two stories for you. So, one time we played in a game. There's an old municipal stadium. There's downstairs and there's upstairs because the locker room, that stadium was not built for football. It was actually built back in the day for the Olympics. Oh. So we didn't have enough lockers downstairs. It was a crappy locker room. So the younger guys had to go upstairs and they had another locker room up there. We called it the penthouse. Now, the thing about the penthouse, if nobody told you the game was starting, you wouldn't know. Because we had a TV, we had music, whatever. They would come say, hey, game about to start. So when I started starting and playing more, they wanted to move me downstairs. I'm like, nope, I like the penthouse, right? Here's the problem with the penthouse. We had TV, VCR, music, all that stuff going, but there was a hole in one of the windows. And there was only like 2 individual showers for like 25 guys. Wow. So one day we played, and it was like 10 degrees. That's not without the wind chill or whatever. And it was cold. And it was cold upstairs. And it was cold in there. And so we're all waiting to take a shower, and the hot water went out.
Ooh, yeesh.
Right? So we were all sitting like an hour after the game, sitting in our pants trying to figure out what we're going to do. Either we're going to take a shower in the cold water and then go outside in the freezing temperature. A few of us decided we're just going to cut our stuff off and go home and take a shower.
Yeah, that makes sense. I probably would have done the same.
Now, the other situation was Steve Everett is, if I'm in a fight, he's the first person I'm calling. I play football with him longer than any other person, right? Because we played in Michigan, then we played in Cleveland. So he can do no wrong in my eyes. That dude has always been there. You know when when the hurricane hit, anything I could do to support him. That being said, he might have been the single-handed nastiest individual I've ever met in my life. He would keep on his uniform for both practices. Ugh. So if we had 2-a-days, he wouldn't change. He would just keep his pants on, the football pants, go take a nap, and then whatever.
Go take a nap?
Yeah. So just imagine that. It gets worse.
Ugh.
One day we played in Houston, and after the game, he comes running out. He wears shorts and a army jacket. That's what he wore everywhere. That was dress up for him. He comes out yelling at the managers and yelling at everybody. You guys packed my shoes. I just went to take a shower. They go, yeah, they're your game shoes. We put them in your bag to pack. He goes, I wore those here.
Wait, what?
So he was walking around barefoot. He got barefoot on the bus, barefoot to the plane. They had to go dig out and get his game shoes so he could have shoes to wear home.
Tough. Wow. Tough. That is tough.
Hey.
Take a break here on the show. Get you caught up. Gustav Forsling from the Cats. He's going to join us coming up next hour as well. Back with more after this. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Want to let you guys know we got buckets and bets coming up tomorrow at the Hard Rock. We're going to be broadcasting live as you guys can experience every upset, buzzer beater, and heart-stopping moment at Odyssey's Buckets and Bets starting tomorrow through the weekends. Presented by Hard Rock Bet. We're transforming the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood into the ultimate college basketball tip-off weekend. Immerse yourself with massive LED screens, beers with your crew, and real-time betting action. VIP tickets and packages still available at Ticketmaster.com. Get all the info at WQAM.com. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. You must be 21 or older and physically present in Florida to wager. Also, spring training, if you're gonna bet on that, it's a bit stressful.
Not a good look, dude.
Don't say it wasn't a good look. I was supporting my fish. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. It's sponsored by Gunther Mazda. For car buying done your way, you've got to get to Gunther Mazda. We're going to talk a little Cats later on this hour. Gustav,
so we are in the ballroom tomorrow.
Don't ask me any details.
I actually have some details.
Don't ask. Oh,
hello. Hi. So
early day for you, by the way. Usually when you're home, you're not here till like 12:50. Pretty good.
No, we're like 2:50.
All
right.
Exactly. Anyway, so apparently we are going to be under a shaded outdoor area.
Oh, we're outside.
We're outside?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's going to be like a whole activation outside where people can play also some basketball or something like that.
So, whoa.
Well, can we see the game?
Let me get this straight.
I know.
Outside without being able to watch any games.
Who? I just got this message.
I love the way non-sports people do sports crap.
Unbelievable. You're serious? Like, we're not gonna have any? Are we gonna have TVs out there?
I am currently answering back the text message.
Okay. Well, make sure the note that I said, 3 weeks ago when I was asked about this, I said, I got to be able to see the games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, great. Anyway,
I've been asking for questions.
Why can't we do anything right?
Anyway,
this is gonna be great.
We're promoting basketball all over the place, and you're putting the people promoting it outside.
I think it's because it's the broadcast.
Huh?
Huh?
I don't know.
That you just said words like what?
Do you know what people are gonna come by and say? Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going in.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this
headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock. The T1, the Taos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen.
Am I the only one confused?
We'll get on to it. What are we gonna? We're gonna quibble over this on the air. We'll figure this out.
No.
We'll get more details and then we'll have opinions on it. The Heat, they take on the Pistons tonight at 7:30. Coverage begins at 6:15 with pre-Heat. Panthers wrapping up practice. They are going to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow at 7:00, and then Saturday they got the Washington Capitals. That is in a showdown. Ovechkin's 8 goals away. 8 goals away from tying up Wayne Gretzky. So got to make sure Gustav Forsling doesn't allow him to march towards history.
How old is he? 42? 41, 42?
52.
I know he's been around forever.
He had an all. He I think he is 39.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's that silver hair. He really is something. He is something, man. Oh, man. Got more mock drafts coming out. NFL Network mocks the Miami Dolphins to take Malachi Starks, Georgia safety. He's been a pretty popular.
Yeah.
He's been a popular pick for the Miami Dolphins with this.
I would say it's leaning towards he is the best available at that pick.
Yeah, I mean, in this one, this is Daniel Jeremiah, who is the NFL Network guy. I would say all of the top linemen, he's got a run of them all going off the board before they get to the Dolphins. So that's that because right after him, it's Tyler Warren to Indianapolis. So
Who, the tight end?
Yeah,
he's good.
He's good.
He's good. He was like Penn State's best weapon.
Oof.
We've had a run of really good tight ends come out in the last few years.
Yep. Bowers was a beast last year. He was awesome.
And some would say he's very similar to Bowers.
Wild. All right, we'll take a break here on the show. We got Gustav Forsling joining us later on in the program. You should join us this hour. We'll take a break. More to come on the show. Back after this.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. You nailed it, dude.
It's Alex VJ, or is it DJ or VJ?
Alice DJ.
DJ. Okay.
Yeah.
Leroy, can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? YourAccentAttorneys.com. Free consultation 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
I reckon I'll get over here to the window and check out the weather. Partly cloudy with a light breeze coming out of the east, southeast at about 5-10 miles an hour. It was a little cooler today. Correct that. Those clouds are moving in a totally different direction. No, they're moving out of the east. It's coming out of the east. Out of maybe the northeast a little bit. 5 to 10 miles an hour. Temperature's got to be around 75, 80 degrees. Other than that, pleasant day. Pleasant day.
A pleasant day. How do you do, Frog Boy?
Excellent. Partly cloudy, 80 degrees, winds out of the east at 10 miles per hour. You can expect temperatures to dip to 56 or lower.
Yeah. Guess where we're going to be? Outside.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a good day. Good day to be outside.
I'm wearing a skull cap.
I don't see you as a skull cap guy.
Huh?
I don't see you as a skull cap
If it's
guy.
cold enough.
You're gonna look like Art Basel.
In South Florida, it's not.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't come outside before 12. How would you know what it's like at 8 in the morning?
You know what, Leroy? I'll slash it down, and I would know. Okay.
You know what? You know what? If you would get up when it was cold to come to work, you'd be on time. But when you come to work, it's all warm and toasty. So,
sure,
like
it's warmed up. The water's boiled up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazon Prime.
I hope you're happy with what you just said.
I think he is.
Listen,
you ate.
Jennifer, sometimes the truth hurts.
It hurts so much.
We have to deal with it and move forward, right?
Okay. I am moving
listen.
forward.
Don't come out. Are you joining us tomorrow?
Yes, I will be there tomorrow.
Okay.
And Friday.
Listen.
And yes, I'll leave right now or after the show. Is that what you want me to do? Okay.
I'm
What
just
other
saying,
joke do you want me?
It's gonna be chilly. Don't try to wear your little tank top out there. It ain't.
Oh,
gonna
now
work.
you're gonna tell. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Now we're
you might wanna
outfit shaving.
Bring a little jacket or something.
I'll make sure to wear one of my puffers.
I know what it is, Lynn. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know what he probably said? Let's keep those guys away from the food. Because you know, if we put them in the same room with food, we ain't gonna never get a show done. I know what he's up to.
Maybe Len was looking out for you because he figured if they put you in buckets and bets, you were gonna break Lent.
No, I'm not. How would I break Lynn?
Who knows, dude? Who knows? We put you in a position, and all of a sudden, you fired
Did I
off.
break Lynn when we went to the Hard Rock yesterday?
It was quiet. It was quiet traffic, dude. Let's be honest.
It's gonna be quiet traffic at 10 in the morning.
And you had comments. I'm not gonna say what they were, but you had comments.
No, I didn't.
You had comments.
No, it didn't. No,
He did.
No.
Wasn't fat shaming.
No comments were. I wasn't fat shaming.
You weren't fat shaming, but you
But
had comments about people's choices.
I mean, listen, it wasn't choices. It was the outfit that was required to work.
To work?
Yes.
Yeah. No more investigations needed there, Jennifer. And also, you were lashing out. Let's be honest about it.
You like
Just lashing out.
Why you lashing out at me?
Yeah, you're lashing
Me?
out.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can. No, here's what happened. Here's how it all started. Right? She goes, "Any advice about Thursday?" And I said,
When
yeah,
did
leave
I
early.
say advice?
What'd you say? I got the
I
text.
didn't say that.
You said something along the lines, "What should I do?" or blah blah blah.
No, but you were like, you're giving Leroy tone of like,
Yeah.
proud of yourself.
Oh, so now you're gonna -1 me for tone?
Yes.
Yep.
I think that we
Okay.
actually have a button for that. If I'm not mistaken.
-1 for sass.
I mean, I'm not saying anything.
We'll take a break. Gustav Forsling from the Florida Panthers. He's going to join us next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 5, 6 a.m. We're going to get to some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Hollywood Kia. At Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com. Gustav Forsling is going to join us here in a matter of minutes. He's wrapping up his post-practice meal, and then he'll hop on with us here.
Let me tell you.
What?
Them meals.
The Panthers?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, you stole them, dude.
No, I didn't.
Chilean sea bass.
I was wondering why everybody else.
Hey,
I was wondering why everybody else was eating sandwiches and chips. I'm like, hey guys, there's a spread in here.
Guys, look. It's an omelet station, and the guy even has one of them fancy chef hats. That's how you know it's
and I'm gonna tell you right now, Smiley, in the bottom right corner, you better not say nothing, because you went there and asked for an escort. So
Leroy, do you listen when I speak? I said it wasn't stolen, it was given. I was on your side. Why do you keep lashing out on me?
I'm not.
No one's lashing out on you, but you did steal Lomberg's eggs.
I didn't. Lomberg definitely ate, so.
So we'll get Gustav Forsling here in just a second. The Cats will be back at it coming up tomorrow, taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, looking to bounce back from what was a rocky road trip, not typical of the Florida Panthers to get out to as many leads.
Yeah, that was an anomaly.
Fall apart. That was weird, and so you got to imagine they're tightening some things up at practice today and get things right as they head back out on the road against the Blue Jackets and then Washington before coming back for a 3 against Pittsburgh, Utah, and Montreal. By the way, Utah looks like they have their name, Leroy.
What is it?
It appears they're going to be the Utah Mammoth. That is going to be their
like Woolly Mammoth?
Yeah, like Woolly Mammoth. That's not bad. I mean,
it's a wintry. It's a wintry name.
It
like
is wintry.
I don't know how I am about single no S on the end of names.
Well, maybe they are the Mammoths. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
but I feel like they're big in that with like the Seattle Kraken.
I have
But are there multiple Krakens? Because I feel like in lore there's only one Kraken.
Right, the Kraken.
I don't think there are multiple Krakens, so I think there's only one.
So
there's the Kraken and the Crackalacken.
-1.
Yeah.
-1.
Hey, so here's the text. Do y'all have any info on tomorrow's broadcast?
He continues.
And I replied, leave early. That's it.
Did you see my reply afterwards?
Yes. I know damn well you were cracking up while typing it. Yes, I was.
Another Kraken.
Making jokes.
There we go.
Leroy could be the mascot.
The Kraken?
Yeah.
Yep.
I really wish they would have went with my suggestion though.
What's that?
The Utah Ukuleles. Yes.
Just for the alliteration.
But they would have to be from Hawaii.
There are a lot of Polynesians though who are in Utah.
There you go.
Like Utah. Yeah, there are. There are.
Why do I feel like you're just making that up?
I'm not making it up. Why would I make that up?
Bring little ukuleles to the
Go
game.
look at like the team. Go look at the Utah Utes.
Don't do that.
Yeah, they do have a lot of.
Yeah, they do. There's a lot in that community. It's an interesting thing with it.
That they live in all that cold.
Is that your ukulele?
Yeah, like everyone in the crowd has got one.
I can see you doing a stand-up bit with a ukulele. Like everybody's got the guitar bit and they're singing songs, but you just bring a tiny one. It's funny.
Travel size.
It's immediately in this. It's immediately in the spot where you feel comfortable with it.
You can start off and say all these fancy, artists and comedians bring out all this equipment. This is all I can afford.
That's all I got. Are prop comics still making it big at the Improv? Is that a thing, or is that just a Carrot Top domain right now?
No, they've switched to digital now. Instead of like, look at this prop, they're like, look at this clip.
That's what they're doing.
I've seen a lot of look at this clip, and I'm like,
so what are they stealing other people's TikToks?
No, they just like, for example, I'm not saying anything with this impractical Joker. Huh? I was just watching an episode of what am I doing? Huh?
Nothing live. Just hey guys, you remember the best of?
Yeah,
we saw them live at BB&T.
Yeah, that was happening.
And they showed a lot of clips.
Yeah.
Dude, can that just...
It's a weird ukulele.
You're clearly just strumming there.
Kind
though,
of
right?
reminds me of like a
That's just
12-string guitar.
You're just like hitting the punchline.
Yep. That's all I got.
It's kind of like it's almost like a little fancy turkey that you're making there. How is this guy not the biggest thing in music?
Come on.
How is he not?
Come on.
But first, you got to put the ribbon before you're tracked.
Oh, yeah, that's it, dude. Just. Oh, Utah, you should have took my suggestion. But Mammoth, not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Kinda
I
get
would.
used to it.
And they got blocked by using the Yeti because of the coolers.
Oh, come
Yeti
on.
was a cool
That's
name.
like, what are we doing?
You know, they should have seen a partnership opportunity there.
Right?
The official cup of the Utah Yeti.
Yeti.
You know?
Utah Yeti was a slam dunk.
That
right
is-
there.
Yeah, but it would only, my thing is, it would only, well, it's a company name, and that's why you can't use it.
But did they get
But
all
here's the problem. They're talking, when you say Yeti
You're talking about the animal.
and you're talking about coolers, that's one thing. But when you say the Utah Yeti, you know, we're talking about, you know, something different.
Maybe
Because
because
they happen to have the same name. Is there, on Yeti coolers, is there a picture of a Yeti?
I don't know.
Is their mascot a Yeti?
I've only
Yeti?
had
So-
I've only had like a Yeti coffee tumbler. I've never had like an actual Yeti cooler.
Those are expensive.
I have
They are.
I have a little a small Yeti cooler that I bring everywhere.
Well, then you go to the investigation, dude.
what's
It
up,
sounds like
dude?
you should have more knowledge of this than I should.
Seems like you got the info.
What are you?
But a Yeti would be a
Like,
cool mascot.
I think it's just like
Everybody has that friend
What?
that avoids all questions.
I'm not avoiding questions. You are the one who owns a Yeti cooler. I would figure you would have the intel on it.
No, I just enjoy the cooler.
Fair
I haven't yet. I don't need the origin of the damn cooler or why the company was named that way. I just like my cooler.
Then he scores a goal. Just imagine. Just everyone.
But do you want like somebody there
Dude,
playing the
why you-
ukulele like after the goal song? Is the
I
goal
want-
song
Why?
just
I'm
everyone
trying to
out-
figure out.
the ukulele is too like calming for that. No,
Bring
you
your
need
own
something-
ukulele night. Everyone just brings their own.
They don't
Oh,
even let you bring
could that be? Would that be as bad as Vuvuzelas?
Oh, no, it'd be much more melodic.
That was one of the worst Marlins promotions of all time. That was really, really bad.
That is
You had like Dan Ugla and Cody Ross stuffing cotton in their ears because they couldn't tell. It was so annoying.
And the thing that's crazy is, I'm surprised they had that many people for it to matter.
Because there was a time where the Marlins got kind of decent crowds on Saturdays. That's why.
But they always
the
here's
fireworks.
the thing. Here's the only problem I've ever had with the Marlins. They always would say, "Oh, we made this signing. We should pack the house." Like, no. Nobody cares who you get. It's about winning.
It is about winning. Like,
Get,
that's the thing.
at least keep us interested during the season. Like, you know,
Well,
I
that's the
don't
thing.
mind saying they're just a couple of games out.
That's the that's the big difference with them and the Panthers, right? Like the Panthers put together finally sustained winning, and everybody thought like, oh, hockey would never work in South Florida. Even the years you would have Jaromir Jagr here,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, you have a legend here. Like they've done that move too,
Yep.
but
Right.
it's putting together consistent. And I just don't feel like the Marlins are ever going to lean into whatever it takes, other than getting, of course, the second biggest weight room in the league, not the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second.
Jose
gotta-
Fernandez, he used to pack the house.
Yeah,
That was must see Marlins baseball.
there would be pitchers who could do it. I mean, him, Dontrell, even
Ooh.
Sandy. I think in the good years, like people were hyped about Sandy. Jose was definitely special in that regard. I don't know.
But
you
were
know.
we there to see Stanton?
No,
we-
he didn't move the needle like that. Other than maybe like his home run chase at the end when he was
Right.
chasing 60. But like for an everyday thing, him, Hanley, Miguel Cabrera, no, nobody really had that effect.
I think in retrospect, we probably should have paid more attention to Cabrera.
That would have been nice.
He
That would have been nice.
is he still the last person to win the Triple Crown?
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. But he.
I know the last person to do it before him was like what, Carl Yastrzemski? or
Sorry,
something?
Yastrzemski. Yeah.
I think he was the last. Yeah, that's his MVP year.
It was the last one.
Yeah. See that?
Pretty wild.
Man.
Like if you need like
Well,
you're
did
the
you-
baseball guy. You're the baseball guy. You're so into Marlins baseball. You love baseball. You don't know that?
That I do know that he won the Triple Crown. I just don't know that anybody else did it or didn't do it in that regard.
I mean, it's been 2 guys in 70 years.
Okay, congratulations. You
Or
know
more,
baseball
less.
trivia thing.
Yeah. Oh,
You're lashing
man.
out.
No,
dude.
you're lashing out.
lashing out.
Oh, great. You're a baseball guy now.
You think you know baseball?
You guys are embarrassing me in front of our
We are embarrassing you in front of Gustav Forsling. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. And go to toyotaofhollywood.com. Panthers star defenseman Gustav Forsling joining us there on the show. Gustav, how are you, man? Thanks for joining us.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're good, man. We're good. I have a question, man. We always see you. You're laying your body on the line for these cats all the time. Thankless job of taking these blocks and saving goals, and nobody ever appreciates it like they should for you. How bad does that hurt? I don't mean it to be such a simple question, but how bad does it hurt when you're putting your body on the line for those blocks? Because it looks miserable.
Yeah, it sucks, to be honest. It really hurts. I don't know if you guys have ever taken a puck to the leg or the foot or anything, but it's no fun.
What is the recovery time? Like, how much at this time, all the hockey you've played, does it ever get numbing, or like it sucks every time? And how long does it take to shake?
Yeah, I think it's actually just getting worse and worse, to be honest, because you got bruises everywhere and bone bruises. Bone bruises can take a couple months to get rid of, to be honest. So it's not getting better, but you get used to it.
Now, have you put yourself in a position where now everybody expects you to do this, and now it's just part of, oh no, I gotta do it because this is what I do?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I enjoy it somehow. You got to find a little enjoyment in it, in the pain too. But you get a couple taps on your back when you come to the bench. So it's all for the team though. So I'm happy to do it. It's kind of my role, so I'm fine with that.
You guys obviously have like the credential now of being a champion, so I don't think the fan base is worried at all about these last couple losses on the road trip. But very uncharacteristic of you guys. You guys usually third period 2-goal lead, never ever let up. Was there any common thread you guys found at practice today as to why you thought that happened? And is there any level of concern with that over this road trip?
Not really. I think we know what went wrong, and we know what to do coming up here. And we're gonna play a lot of teams that are hungry to make it to the playoffs, and it's gonna be a couple of tough games coming up, especially the first one here at Columbus. They're really on the line to making the playoffs, so they're gonna come out flying, and that's perfect for us. That's how we want to play, and we want to get ready for the playoffs and tune up here.
How hard is it to get acclimated or figure out what new guys who either play on your line or move you to a different line or whatever? How long does it take to get comfortable with the new guys that come in? You know what they can do, but they haven't done it with you and what you like and what does that take a little bit of time, or how these guys play and you just kind of figure it out really quickly?
Yeah, I mean it takes for sure a little bit of time, not just for us, but for them to come into our system. It's completely different probably from what they played before. So it's gonna take a little time, but I feel like the new guys has really been good for us. They come in, they work hard, and I think that's a culture thing for us too. Everyone really buys into the system and what the coaches and everything. So I think we're ahead of the schedule, I think.
Is there anything that you have particularly liked about Seth Jones, like getting to know him, or anything that you found interesting about him so far?
No, just a super nice guy and relaxed, calm. You can see it on the ice too. I feel like he's very calm with the puck. There's no stress. He's just very smooth out there, and can play big minutes out there.
I gotta ask you about this. So we were listening to your coach after one of these games where, he was like, I kind of like the game. Even if you guys lost, sometimes he's like, I like the game that we have. But then he brought up something known as the punitive skate, which sounds terrifying. What goes into a punitive skate? Does he have to get you up at 5 a.m. for a punitive skate? How long is he skating you guys to death? And have you had to deal with any of that this year?
No, not really. I think we've been playing solid so far, so we haven't done anything like that. But I mean, just today was a pretty hard skate. He wanted us to be sharp and fast out there. So I think everyone really had a good practice today, and fly out and we'll have 2 games on the road here. It'll be a perfect bounce back for us.
Gustav, you smiled, so you absolutely 100% know what a punitive skate is.
Yes.
Is it just sprints on the ice? Is it just you have to practice your ass off? What goes into punitive skate?
No, it's just like I feel like we set the tone early on in the training camp. I feel like we do a lot of battle drills 1-on-1, and then you end up skating for 45 seconds. So it's very hard, but I feel like we start our season there, and we want to be the hardest working team in the league, and it starts early in practice and training camp.
Now you recently welcomed one of your fellow countrymen to the game who plays for the Heat, Pelle Larsson. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was nice. He was watching one of the games. I can't remember which one it was, but he was there, and I saw him after the game. Even his dad was there with a couple of friends, so it was nice. Talk some Swedish. He was super nice. To be honest, I don't watch too much basketball, but I'm for sure going to tune in a little bit more now.
That was an interesting thing. They were talking about this in the Four Nations a lot when you guys are playing, like the idea that you guys get to talk in your own language throughout the games. Was that was that a relaxing thing when you guys got to be around each other and play for something as cool as that was?
Yeah, I mean, it was super cool just to meet the guys there that you play against for so long, and never really got to know them, to be honest, and it was fun. As you said, we talk a lot of Swedish, but it's kind of a little weird too at the same time. I'm so used to English now, so even on the ice, I'm talking English, right? Because that's what I'm used to. So it's a little weird.
I remember seeing that. No, that happened. I remember in Euros one time, the Heat had a point guard named Goran Dragić, and he was, captain of Team Slovenia, and he just starts yelling at his team, but he's yelling at him in English, and I was like, I wonder if they got all of that.
Yeah, no, it is kind of weird, to be honest.
But do you guys really hate Finland? Like, they kept saying that the Swedish-Finland rivalry, because we saw obviously what happened with USA and Canada, like they're throwing down, but is that a real tenacious beef there between Sweden and Finland?
I think they hate us more than we hate them. I think they're a little jealous of us, but no. But it's a culture thing. I think we've always growing up, we've been watching the Finns and the Swedes go at it, and we played even as a junior, I played Finland a lot. So it's something we're grown up with, to be honest.
Can we get your thoughts on Matthew Tkachuk celebrating St. Patrick's Day? What do we think of Tkachuk and Chucky's leprechaun outfit?
I haven't seen those pictures. That's hilarious. No, he's got some funny outfits for sure.
He has a table at the Elbo Room. Yes, there's got to be one that's just simply reserved for him at this point. It feels
absolutely, 100%.
I want to ask you about injuries, because I see guys get hit, and it's not like you get hurt on the ice, they don't call a timeout and stop, and somebody comes out in a gurney or something and get you. Is the hardest skate in the world trying to get to the bench while being injured? Because it looks like it hurts so bad for everybody who gets hurt on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, I had one couple of games ago. I got a puck on the heel, and it's just bones like down on your heel. It's just a bones, and I got the puck right on there, and kind of the whole just leg shuts off. It's incredible, and then you have to try to survive on the ice and not get scored on, and then get to the bench. So for people who never got a puck on the foot, I mean, it's so painful, and it's sometimes it hits the nerves and stuff, so you can't really move your foot at all. But then 10 minutes later or 5 minutes later, you're completely fine. You're just gonna have a bone bruise, obviously, but you're gonna be fine skating for that game. But it's incredible how effective a puck on the foot can be.
Oh my God! It looks like you got shot with a gun.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And Leroy? What did we see the other day? Was it Dragić who was out there? He was in a fight, and then he started like manicuring his own fingers because there was skin coming off of a fight. Like, is this you hockey players, Gustav? I mean, a different breed. What went through your mind when you saw that with Dragić?
Yeah, I think he's such a tough guy, man. He's incredible. I mean, we got a lot of them, but he's something else. He fights every other game, and I don't know how he does it, but he's the super nice guy outside of the ice. You wouldn't believe he was fighting for a living, but he's just a super nice guy. So it's funny how that works.
I'm curious about this because, we love Sergei Bobrovsky. Bob is almost like he's got such a routine and things like that. But they say you don't talk to him on game day, right? Like you don't mess with goalies, but you work with him so closely, in games and things like that. Is it different for you? Like, do you have different rules with Bob, or you still don't bother him on game day?
I mean, to be honest, I don't talk that much myself on just before a game, but I think most of you just let Bobby do his thing. It's working for him, so you just leave him alone. And then if it's some issue on the ice or you have a situation, there's no problem he's fine talking. He's not that weird, but I mean, most of the times you just let him be in his zone, so to speak.
How is he during a game, though? Like, do you guys talk to each other during a game? Like, is there game communication between defenseman and goalie? Like, what is that dynamic like?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we probably talk the most. That's especially my D partner for sure. But on the ice, going back for the puck, you always want your goalie. You got to talk with your goalie, and the goalie is going to talk with you. It makes it so much easier. It's such a fast sport, so when you come back there and you got your back against the play, you want to have someone just give you time or up strong side or a weak side, just something. You want to hear something when you go back there.
Before we get you out of here, Gustav, what's it been like having Brad Marchand around? Have you guys gotten used to that?
Yeah, it was a little weird early on, to be honest, just seeing him in a Panther gear and everything. But we had some battles throughout the years, but he's super nice, to be honest. He's fitting in perfectly. He's such a nice guy. I think his game on the ice gonna be perfect for us. He's got that skating ability to just stay on the demons, and he's gonna be perfect for our forecheck. And super skilled, obviously, and can make some plays and score some big goals for us.
I can't wait to see Tkachuk and him healthy. Like that is gonna be just bonkers. It's gonna be crazy. How physical are you guys gonna be when those two guys are back?
Yeah, and then you had Sam Bennett in their line too. That I wouldn't want to play those guys.
It's going to be the most hated line in hockey. is what it's going to be, Gustav. You know this. Like you get ready because there's going to be a lot of scrums coming in the playoffs. Not that you guys aren't used to that.
We're used to it, but it's going to be fun.
Hey, thanks for having some fun with us, man. We appreciate you. You're it's always outstanding watching you play, and it was great having you on the show.
Appreciate you.
There you go. Gustav Forsling. Check out the Cats are back in action tomorrow against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Listen, as a guy who's had a bunch of surgeries and played a physical game, I, for the life of me, have the utmost respect for a guy that is willing to jump on the ground to block a shot puck. Like, at no point in time, as physical as the game I played, did I ever think that I was putting myself in harm's way like that.
Crazy, dude.
And here he is saying the worst pain is when you get hit on the foot, which they try to kick the puck all the time.
Yep. Just saving it out.
Right. Just that, like, oh my goodness. Like, it's just, and they're always so like calm. You know, he's calm. They say, oh, what a nice guy. I'm like, the last time I saw him, he was throwing flying, jumping fist.
That's right.
They're calm so you see them on the ice.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks again to Gustav Forsling for stopping by. We take a break. Final hour of the show coming on up. Back after this.
Coming you. Grips.
The beef loser.
Universal Music was very mean in that lawsuit.
Headlines here brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Alice. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. People are mad at Tua again. People are mad at Tua.
What did he do this time?
What did he
People
do
are mad at Tua again, dude. Here he is. I mean, Tua out here.
You having fun again?
Too much fun. Too much fun. You know
In
what
the
he's
off
not?
season?
He is not.
Is he not allowed to decompress and have fun before he spends 7 months?
This is Tua Tagovailoa at Zed's at Palm Tree Club. I don't know. I'm not cool enough for this. That's down here.
You know where Palm Tree Club is?
I don't, dude. But there's Tua. I will say, look, any place that there's a sign that could say horny people only, you're having a good time.
That's Zed. Nice.
That is on the 79th Street Causeway.
I don't know.
Zed
why.
actually has words in his music. So
question.
Wouldn't really sound like that.
What is he supposed to be doing now? I would like to know.
He's supposed to be in the lab.
Working, dude.
Okay.
What was he
Okay.
doing- what did he do last year?
So that's 8 to 12.
No way. You can't underachieve and
Wait.
go out.
I'm like here.
Technically, didn't underachieve.
I'm asking you a question. If he gets up every morning, goes and gets his work in, it's the off season.
Yep.
Why are we making a big deal about this?
Two-a-days, dude. You ever heard of a two-a-day?
What if he did two-a-days?
No way. And still find time for Zed that he's not working hard enough.
So in the off season, you're saying all athletes should spend the same amount of time they spend during the season preparing for football.
No, if you won the Super Bowl, you're allowed to chill.
No. You didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
He's giving you the parameters that he believes.
Every other person who did not take home the Lombardi should be working two-a-days, dude.
Wow. Even
Really?
Mahomes?
And so my question is this. My question is this.
Mm-hmm.
Is that if they get burned out midway through the season because they work too hard in the offseason, then what would you say?
Does that really happen?
Oh,
yeah.
I work too hard.
Your body needs, dude, it's a grueling season. Your body needs to decompress. How about this? You ready?
Hell of a
Let me tell you what I did.
When's the
season ended in January?
Yeah.
I did not do anything until the end of February, beginning of March.
I think his birthday was like 2 weeks ago.
And when I got back to Florida, I literally slept for the first week. I didn't realize how exhausted I was. I just laid around and slept for almost a week. That's just from the season.
January, though, Leroy. It's been done since January, his season. It's been done.
And so he's probably doing stuff in the mornings.
What's he doing? You know what? Getting ready for Zed concerts. That's what he's doing.
But I don't.
Is Zed a person?
Here,
DJ.
I don't understand. That's no different than you telling Tobin he shouldn't take vacation with his family. He should be dedicated to this.
I am dedicated to the
craft. But you know what? Tobin is a reigning Miami New Times personality of the year 3 times.
And let me ask you this question. What's your excuse?
I need to be doing two-a-days.
He needs to keep the lights on. That's his excuse.
Right. But I'm just saying I don't understand. Like, we go through this and we take athletes and when they're in the off season, get on certain athletes. Like, what should they be doing? You never have an answer for what they should be doing without really knowing what they are doing.
This is the one thing I would say. I don't have a problem with Tua living his life and having fun, but it is the most partying we've seen him do ever in his career, because we typically don't see him out and about. And it seems like he's got a lot of snitches in his camp right now, because I don't think Tua likes that being out there.
You know who was there?
Who?
Braxton Berrios.
Look
well,
at that.
he's married to a famous TikToker.
You want to be in the same.
But I don't. But again,
Cheating McGee.
I'm saying
I get all of this, but all athletes are doing stuff other than football.
Yeah, but
I just saw a video of DK Metcalf playing basketball.
Yep.
Okay, I just saw it's the off season, dude. You need to get away from it.
What's Myles Garrett doing?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Nothing. He just sold his soul to live in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing.
Josh Allen.
There's a period of time.
Did you guys not see that clip?
He's
of
hanging
Jamar?
out with his fiance. They're probably traveling the world.
Did you guys not see the clip this today from Jamar Chase's extension press conference when they asked him what he likes about Cincinnati? He goes, "You can stay focused." He goes, "I hate the food here."
Right.
Mrs. New Orleans. It's like actively telling Cincinnati, he goes, "You guys had to pay me more than anybody because I hate it here."
And guess what? That also is fine because guess what? Do you ever worry about Jamar Chase not doing his job?
No.
Okay, so whether he says he likes it here or doesn't like it here, the fact of the matter is when he gets on the field, he performs.
Never seen him at a Zed party.
But you know what it is?
Parties in Cincinnati.
What are they? It's chili cook-off every weekend for Joe Burrow.
Also, understand where you live. There's always something. So, if he was at Formula One, would you complain about that? If he was at the Miami Open, would you complain about that?
No, because I asked we heard yesterday, the Tagovailoa's we're talking about a concert they're going to go to at Hard Rock.
Oh, another concert. Look at that.
He's allowed to go to concerts.
He's allowed to live his life.
I don't. Marcos.
I want him to be fat. I told you.
I don't think Marcos understands.
He's mad
how
at you.
grueling it is physically and mentally. For those 6 or 7 months.
It is grueling to not win a playoff game. It is grueling
to see, and so because they haven't won a playoff game. Hold on, let me see if I can get your logic.
Yeah,
because they haven't won a playoff game
in
20 plus years, then nobody in the Dolphins organization should be doing anything fun.
It's not that nobody should be doing anything fun, but I think that the fan would argue, and he's even said this about himself, Tua. He's the highest paid employee of the Dolphins, which makes you the face of the Dolphins.
Face of the franchise.
And while it's fine, I don't have a problem with it. We've never seen him party.
Belly of the franchise.
Very rare to see him party. And now we've got 2 party clips in the span of a week. And maybe he's having a birthday month. I don't know. Good for him. But here's what I will say. Here's what I will say, Leroy. It's a different day and age. So if the Dolphins get eliminated in December, they're going to go back to that and say Tua had OTAs for Cancun. I don't make the rules. That's just what they're going to do.
Oh my goodness!
This next guy.
This is brutal.
It's not brutal.
It is. What do you mean it's not brutal? It's the off season. Here, how about this? What if I were to say to you, I only play football when I'm getting paid?
You did
when I'm getting a check.
Yeah, you do actually
say that.
Say that all the time.
Stop. That's why you don't play the turkey bowls.
Yeah, you don't.
No. I mean, is that you do realize that most of the work that they do in the off season is free. There's no check on the end of it. There's no, it's all preparation.
But that's the semantics. You're a full-time employee. I get it, but you get signed.
You're changing.
But
why are you changing the rules of sports?
Because
what you believe.
When you're star of a football team, you can get. Leroy, let me answer the question.
Sure.
When you're a star of a football team, you're gonna get checks at certain points that are in the middle of March. You get a roster bonus because you're that big of a star. It happens all the time. I get what you're saying. I know guys get game checks, but they'll also just have a check dropping from the sky.
And are we making the assumption, and this is what Marcos is doing, that Tua isn't working based on what he's doing one evening in South Florida? Right?
Well, it seems like 2 afternoons.
2 of them.
Two afternoons. Okay. Afternoons. Who's to say dude's not getting up early in the morning and going getting his work in?
All right, and who's to say he's not at Tootsie's at night? I don't know what I can't okay. I don't know what he's doing.
You're making these assumptions.
I'm telling you,
and you're making these assumptions.
No, I'm not. I'm making the assumptions based on what I lived.
If we
I knew there was a time when the football season was over, there was a period of time during the course of the year I had to get away from football and let my body heal before I got back into it again.
See, but this is you're a hard worker and you're getting rest. If we look at since the last time this man has played football, he's healed up. He's good now.
You know what I've seen Bradley Chubb do this
How
offseason?
do you know he's not working though?
Well, I'm going to need him to put a hype workout video.
Bradley Chubb is in a different category.
Why?
Because when you are hurt and don't play a season, you are required to do certain things in the next offseason.
He needs to get a hold of the narrative, okay? Because right now he's got snitches in his camp who are leaking videos of him partying his ass off. So I'm telling you,
not necessarily leaking videos.
That could be anybody.
It was a whole promotion of Margs or whatever, which is Alex Earl. I'm looking at the video right now. It's just Alex Earl's Braxton Berrios' girlfriend.
Oh,
she's the Earl of Sandwich.
We had Cheetah on our team and Cheaty. Now he's hanging out with Cheaty.
Who cheated?
Isn't he promiscuous?
Well, that was before this.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But it's a bunch of videos of people. It didn't leak. It was just like
But here's the difference, J-Fig. Like, no one cares about Braxton Berrios, respectfully. Nobody cares about Braxton Berrios partying.
Correct, but
he's not the face of the franchise. He's not even on the team.
Okay, so let me. I'm trying to wrap my brain around this.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what you're saying is this: if you're the face of the league, no decompressing, no partying, no nothing. You just be miserable in your house and work out.
No, what I'm saying is, if that's going to get out there, you need to put a hype workout video on there as well to balance the message. For example, I see plenty of adorable videos of Jalen Phillips going on vacation. But you know what else I see videos of him doing?
Grinding.
Beating science, dude. Working.
What was the last video you saw of him beating science?
This weekend he put up a story of him hopping in the Dolphins facility, and then he was off to Tahiti or whatever.
Look at that.
No,
But
he's actually in Lake
So he got one workout, then went to Tahiti. And the only reason why we're talking about Tua, because he did his fun in Miami, closer to home base.
Tua doesn't want that video out.
Jalen Phillips is going to Tahiti. So if he's not ready for camp, are you going to say probably shouldn't have went to Tahiti?
Yes.
You know what I don't.
Yes, I am.
This is crazy. What does one have to do with the other?
You're going to White Lotus if you're not going to be ready for the season.
Wait, what does one have to do with the other?
It's a reward.
What does party?
Nothing. They're just hating.
I'm not hating. I'm really not hating.
system.
I'm sure. Look, I bet you anything. Here's what I would bet. Right? Tua Tagovailoa had a tough year. Got injured, stress, but did fall, get his well-deserved contract. Good for him. But he's also got 2 toddlers at home. And let me tell you something. Those are the grind years as a parent. I see probably a couple parents out there cutting loose on a boat, in the club. Got to blow off some steam. But I'm telling you right now, that man has said he's very private and he doesn't like who's snitching on his business. I'm not saying he can't live his life, but I'm telling you he's pissed off that's on the internet. There's no way he's not. He said he got pissed that people found out that he was getting married.
Maybe some party.
So what he needs to do is put a video of himself in the lab. I'm just telling you right now, as a consult, if I can consult Tua right here, I need a lab video. That's what I need.
Wow.
Need it.
Lab rat.
I don't know what Jalen Hurts is doing. I don't know what Lamar Jackson is doing. I haven't seen videos of Josh Allen. I don't even know what Patrick Mahomes.
You know why? Because Josh Allen lives in Buffalo.
Not good.
Not hey,
but he's got money.
That's
he can
fine.
go anywhere. I don't know what they're
I'm
doing.
not, and I'm probably sure you're not paying attention to it.
5 rings in. That's what
100%.
we didn't see Tom Brady. We didn't see Tom Brady dancing in Brazil till 5 rings in. 5 rings, then he was dancing on
so
a
five rings, and then you can dance in Brazil.
No, it's not that doesn't have to be the measure. That doesn't have to be the measure. But I'm telling you right
all
now,
the NFL players, NFL players who don't have 5 rings can't party.
That's not the rules, Leroy.
No.
Stop acting like everybody's got the same rules, okay? Just like Jimmy Johnson said, you know, he'd cut the third lineman who fell asleep in a meeting. He'd shrug Troy Aikman and wake his ass up. Different rules. He plays by different rules. Them's are the facts.
But what I'm saying is you're making the assumption that he's not putting in work.
I'm not falling for that. I'm sure that he is working.
So you know
hey, there's a lot of things that people have said about Tua. They've never said that Tua was lazy and didn't prepare.
And no one's saying that he is.
Okay, so what's the problem then?
Optics, dude.
Does he look like he's working out?
Who cares about optics when the guy has never been known not to put in the work?
I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm telling you right now, if Tua had his way, all right, if he could be like, do I want that video on the internet or could I erase it from the internet? He'd erase it from the internet because you don't want to deal with it.
But that still doesn't take away from whether if it is or isn't on the internet, does he have a right to go out and have a good time?
More pump fakes, less pumping fists. Look at that. Bow, 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 bow,
you guys realize that you have set forth a set of rules for athletes to live by.
More hard counts
that
less
you
hard
could
counts.
not live by. If I put your body through what they go through for 7 months, you ain't doing nothing right after the season for a minute.
He's had some
and then you get back into it. Like
you slept
if you're telling me that Tua's been known to be lazy and not put in the work, okay, maybe I would have a different opinion of this. That's never been said to Tua.
It's 2 in 2 weeks.
Oh, in February.
March.
In March.
Yep.
In March.
Time
When
to get
does mini camp? May?
I don't know.
It's usually like around the first week of May. And then another 2 months before the start of camp.
What's going to be next? At the Kentucky Derby?
I just went to Jalen Hurts' Twitter. He was in the weight room today.
Was he?
Super Bowl champion.
I feel like he's lying.
The lab.
He's lying. He's lying.
No, but you can believe.
Where's
Wait.
Where's Jalen Hurts right now?
He's in Mexico. No, I don't.
And you know, Josh Allen is in a golf course. I saw.
Yeah, focusing, really dialing it in. You know, just
really,
just like a celebrity classic.
The swing.
Like really, that could no. Before you leave, let me tell you about Liv. Maybe Tua will be a part of this.
Oh, I'm guaranteed.
Because you know he loves the golf, loves to party. So guess what? That's right in Liv's window. The next Liv Golf event isn't just big; it's monster. Liv Golf returns to Trump National Doral April 4th through the 6th. And because it's at the Blue Monster, you know they're going big. Join some of the giants of the game and John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, and more. They have huge DJ sets, epic street food, and ska punk legend Sublime headlining. I think that's on Saturday night. Grab your tickets now at livegolf.com. That's livegolf.com.
QBs, get to the dance floor.
Tua actually has some pretty small.
Little easy on that, buddy. Oof. Boy. 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 Oof. Oof. I'd appreciate if you kept my name out your mouth.
He has all the tools to beat you up if you say bad things about him.
Growing a lot with the deep balls, huh? Daddy loves you guys. Daddy loves you guys.
That's definitely what he would say on there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even a big fan of this music, and this intro was iconic.
It's all him, baby. It's all him.
Oof. Little easy on that, buddy.
Let's slide in the game. More slip and slide.
Ooh. Boy.
He has all the tools to beat you up if you say bad things about him.
I'd appreciate if you kept my name out your mouth. Daddy loves you guys. Little easy on that, buddy. Growing a lot with the deep balls, huh? Ooh.
Jalen Hurts has the tush push, and Tua just has you shaking your tush.
Tua actually has some pretty small.
This is great.
Oof. Boy. Little easy on that, buddy. Daddy loves you guys.
You know, Ultra's around the corner.
Can you summon this?
Who's going to be there?
Center stage from Alabama. Number 1.
Patrick Mahomes has you work on your route tree. Tua has you humping a tree.
I'd appreciate if you kept my name out your mouth. Oof.
Holy people only here at the Zed Club.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Joe Burrow is working on his snap count, and Tua's just got you snapping your fingers.
Christmas. I love Christmas. Boy. Oof. I'd appreciate if you kept my name out your mouth.
Leroy is not amused at all.
I can really do this right now.
I give. You guys have found
You don't let us have any fun, dude. You don't let us have any
That's
fun.
not fun.
You wouldn't let me bet on spring
That was
training
fun.
yesterday. You wouldn't let me bet on spring training yesterday.
Spring
Now
training.
you won't have
The
any
wait.
fun.
Here's
could've
what this.
saved you $20.
Here's what this knucklehead did. I'm going to the bathroom. Right.
The fact that he had to hide from
And
you
he
says a
hid
lot.
behind a column at a kiosk over there. And then he comes back. Got my bet in.
Yep. Still don't know if I lost or pushed.
You pushed.
I bet I took him to win, though. No spread. You sure I pushed?
It was a tie game. How could you lose?
Because they didn't win.
I'm going to put it in the machine tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay.
And then I'm doubling down.
Oh no, I got my 10 team parlay.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Is it safe to take all the number ones,
Yeah, I think so.
men and women?
Yeah, that's safe.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
safe.
It adds up.
Quickly, a little road to repeat here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a party to play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Sam Bennett took a maintenance day today. A maintenance day for Benny. So that is your Cats update.
All right.
We will take a break. But first, if you guys want to go to Heat Hornets right now.
Yeah.
Caller number 9 to 305-567-0560. Caller 9 to 305-567-0560 is going to win themselves a pair of Heat Hornets tickets. Honk if you're Hornets.
Yeah.
Sunday, Heat Hornets. Caller 9 right now to 305-567-0560.
I'd appreciate if you kept my name out your mouth.
The Heat.
Bum, bum. 15 minutes of heat here for you on 560 WQAM. Who won the tickets, Marcos? Who's going to Heat Hornets this weekend?
Oh, I'll tell you the name. I just forgot the name. Deborah?
Congrats to Deborah. You literally could have just told me any name.
I know, but I want to be honest. I think it was Deborah.
Appreciate that. Heat are back at it tonight, 7:30 against the Pistons. 6:15 is pre-Heat with Solana. Tommy Tig will then get you going on the Miami Heat pregame show, and Jason Jackson, Amy Audibert will have your call from the Kaseya Center. It'll be boots on the ground tonight. If you guys want to say hello, we can weep together, but only where nobody's looking. Jaime Jaquez Jr. spoke at Shoot Around this morning, and he said...
No bubble guts this time. Huh?
No bubble guts. No bubble guts. And he said the losing streak is actually bringing the team together. What? That's what he said, dude. Are you going to doubt what Jaime Jaquez said? Because that's what he said.
Okay. All right.
No, I better not catch you on a boat, Jaime.
You see? You see?
You better not be on a boat. But it's bringing them all together.
As much of a struggle as this is, I think it's really bringing us closer together as a team. A lot of times, adversity can make guys point the finger and go in opposite directions. However, I feel as if we're really coming together and getting a lot closer as a team, just trying to find a way out of this.
What I would like, though, Jaime, respectfully, is if it could bring you guys closer to the basket and scoring, because it just seems like at any point that stops in the middle of a game. And so I'm glad that no one's pointing fingers. I'm glad that there's not any infighting. But win some games, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Here's a little bit more of Jaime talking about the losing streak and the struggles.
I describe it as frustrating. It's something that we got to continue to learn and grow as a team of how to put together a good full 48 minutes of basketball. We have spurts where we play really great. We just got to let that expand onto the full length of a game.
All right. It sounds like a man ready for the losing streak to end.
Like, am I the only one that feels that sometimes they don't seem like they're aware of their situation?
I don't know if it's genuine or if their whole demeanor is just have the poker face. I don't know if they're all miserable in the background, but don't let them see that you hurt. I don't know if that's just what they're giving us.
When it gets to those critical moments, they play a different type of basketball. They don't run offense. Guys start chucking up shots. Like, it looks different.
Yeah, it's bad. Anthony Chang for the Miami Herald. He kind of breaks down where things are at right now with the Miami Heat's pick situation. He says that the Heat advances to the playoffs this season. Its 2025 first-round pick would go to the Oklahoma City Thunder, a lottery-protected selection, the first one sent out by Miami in the 2019 trade to acquire Jimmy Butler. While the Heat's first-round pick this year would belong to the Thunder in that scenario, Miami would still have Golden State's 2025 first-round selection as long as it's not a top 10 pick as part of the Butler trade from February. Also, in this scenario, the first-round pick dealt to the Hornets to acquire Terry Rozier through last season would still be lottery protected for a 2027 first-round selection. The Heat misses the playoffs. It would keep its 2025 first-round pick, which is currently slotted to be 9th overall, but would depend on the draft lottery. Since the selection is lottery protected and it goes along still getting the Warriors' top 10 protected 2025 pick, that would give the Heat 2 first-round picks this year. But the downside is that the Heat would owe a completely unprotected first-round pick in 2026 to the Thunder and a unprotected 2028 first-round pick to the Hornets. That means wherever the Heat's pick lands those years, even potentially the number 1 overall selection would go to those teams. So that is the conundrum that you're dealt with. 1 pick Probably like it could be anywhere in the the late teens to the early 20s for the Warriors. But you keep your pick. Maybe that pick is Cooper Flagg. Maybe.
You're doing it again.
Maybe.
Koopa Loop.
Could be capture the flag. Could be. Could be.
Bam and Coop.
But it could not be. And then let's say the Miami Heat stink even worse next year. What if they just say, you know what? We're selling off. Now, I would say if you owe an unprotected first pick, I would say that, they'll probably trade for Kevin Durant or try to or whatever. So they're not in that scenario. Maybe that's close to Zion. Who knows? But whatever the pick is, then in 2026, if they get both their picks this year, those rat bastard Oklahoma City Thunder are going to get whatever the Heat's pick is the next year. Yeah,
I hope that besides Cooper Flagg, how's the draft?
I think they say that this is a pretty strong top 5 that everybody is saying. Like these guys, the guys in the top. Now, don't ask me to scout yet. I haven't started scouting. I scout tomorrow. But they say that this is supposedly a good top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's always mixes because I heard that this was going to be an awesome draft, and now next year's draft is going to be awesome. We know that last year's draft was no great shakes. Everybody says that, and based on like the rookie class this year, kind of turned out to be true. This year, people say top 5 is pretty good, but Cooper Flagg is like the bar none guy. Like he is the dude. And I don't know about next year's draft because I barely know about this year's draft. So why would I know about next year's draft? But they've said that it might be a better draft even next year. But it may not matter. Look, I don't think the Heat are out here. I don't think they're out here purposely tanking. I don't think they are.
Right.
I mean, it would make a lot more sense to what's going on right now if they were. It would explain a lot. But they've just been actively stinking up the joint since January. So, we got to keep that in mind. But the risk, of course, is you can basically, the way it would go is you lose your OKC pick this year. All right, maybe you weren't going to get Cooper Flagg. Let's be real about it. Maybe you would. but you're probably not. All right, so 15 goes to the Thunder this year. And let's say the Heat get 20 from the Warriors, right? Just throw a number out there, right? So you lost out on a number 15 pick, but you're going to get number 20. Adam Simon, go do your thing. And then next year, you got your pick. Lose.
Would you rather have the 2 picks this year or the 1 pick?
Well, if we get 2 good picks this year,
here's the problem.
We don't
All
need
right,
that.
here's what I would say about it.
Championship.
I'd rather have the 2 picks because if you have 2 picks, they're going to be higher. Next year,
the Warriors pick's going to be where it is. It's probably going to be let's say 18 to 22. It's probably going to be somewhere around there.
Yeah, but your pick is going to be top 10.
Maybe.
And the NBA does weird. You can't trade picks.
You can't do back-to-back years. Are you okay, buddy?
No, I'm saying you can't trade on draft day. You can't trade.
No. You'd have to trade for if
for the rights.
Let's say you had a trade with the Pelicans, right? Be like, hey, who do you want? We'll draft them. You give us Zion. Something like that, theoretically.
You are just struck by, it doesn't matter to you. You all in the name.
And dunks.
So if Zion came here and missed the first 40 games, would you be upset?
Nah.
Why?
We're going to have some fun, baby.
You're not going to have, oh my God. You're not going to have fun if he's not playing.
What if he does play, though? Counterpoint. What if he does play and he's an all-star?
Again.
No. You always do negative. You always do negative. What would you say?
Then it'll work out. But here's the deal. No, dude, you got to stop this. You really have to stop this.
Why? Why do I have to stop?
Because here's what you're willing to do. You're willing to make an assumption on something that has never happened.
It happened the year before. He played 70 games last year. Got hurt in the playoffs.
Is he injury prone?
Yeah, he's injury prone.
What's plagued this team over the last couple of years?
Talent.
No. Injuries. And so your answer to that is go
Boring.
sign an injury-prone player? I'm
Very
not saying he can't play. I'm saying based on where this team and the situation that this team has been in, the last thing you should do is be signing a guy who's injury-prone.
It's the last thing we should do?
Yes.
All right.
Why would you keep signing up for the same crap?
It's another debate for another day, dude. But we got to go. Do me a favor. Grow up before tomorrow's show, huh?
Okay.
Me grow up.
Yeah, you grow up. Just grow up for tomorrow's show, okay?
Why don't you go? You know what? I'm coming up with a new Celsius. It's called Reality Vibe.
Wow.
I'm gonna send you a case.
What's your vibe? Peter Pan vibe?
Okay.
Lost Boys vibe?
What are we doing here?
Tinkerbell vibe?
You about to get a finger vibe.
Wow.
Talk to you rascals tomorrow. Carl Weathers went to your high school?
Dude, you'd be amazed. That little small school.
Did you guys play at the same time?
No. Oh,
Butler can get the out of Miami, man.
Midday